is
Yeah.
so long.
I know. Look at it.
Oh.
It's getting crazy.
Because
Crazy
I
long.
cut my hair today because my hair was long.
I know. I can see.
So
You've let me down,
I've
Chinny.
also shaved my beard, which freaks.
I know.
everybody
You're
out.
looking weirdly younger. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on.
Everybody hates it when I shave my beard. They're like, "Ugh,
Yeah, you look all
Ugh.
young and
what's that,
fine.
brother?
smooth.
What's that?
I know. You look all smooth and stuff. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am recording.
I'm recording. You're recording. We're not on
Are
YouTube
we
yet.
are we
though.
streaming?
We should be on
Oh, wait.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, fair enough.
Are we
You ready?
streaming? I
Yeah.
think
We
so.
doing this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we come, people. Here we come, people.
Why doesn't my life always work out
Welcome
for
to the veteran gamers. Juju, Ginny, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week.
Once again, the
News,
communication
reviews, and
process is
an
broken
indie
down.
Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
What else did you want
It's the
to
veteran
discuss?
gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, y'all.
Stop! He's already dead.
Hello and welcome to episode 738 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah, 7:38. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Chinny's got a
Nice.
horrible throat problem this week, so he's just gonna sound weird. It's just horrible. This is not
God.
what he usually sounds like.
I
He
could
said
actually
hello,
tell.
everyone.
Yeah, I could tell what he said there. I didn't even need subtitles or anything.
I'm really suffering at the moment, but I'm fine.
Brilliant.
That's so weird.
Wow.
Throughout the show, I'm gonna talk loads tonight.
Yeah,
Yes,
I,
he's got a lot
don't
of games
even
to talk about.
don't even know what to say.
I've got loads of things to talk about tonight. It's brilliant. I'm Colin.
Well, I got a story time, so don't worry, people. Strap in. Here, wait, where's Jay's
I'm
story
ready.
song? I haven't done
Ready,
that in a
I'm
while.
ready.
Story time, fuck yeah. Coming again to tell a motherfucking story about your lives that's not gaming related.
Well, it's not gaming related, but it is a story time. So here we go. I've been teaching for 24 years. And over the last 15 years,
Am I going to recline my chair here, Duke? Is this going to be a whimsical
I don't
tale?
know.
Yeah, let's recline. Let's recline.
Go on.
So I've been collecting jokes for about 15 of those years.
Oh,
It started off very innocently with a question that I put to the students, like, tell us a funny joke. And over the years, I've got like 10 pages full of jokes at this point.
Okay.
So students enjoy, I put the topic up. Sometimes they have jokes, sometimes they don't. I've expanded it to be like, well, who are your favorite comedians? What are your favorite funny movies and TV shows? Let's just talk about comedy and stuff. Lately, they've not just become, there's always been a certain number of students who, when I tell the jokes, they're just like, some of them are stupid. What's Obama's favorite vegetable?
I don't know. Go on.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. I was going to say Karat Obama.
See, and okay, so some of them are silly. What's
Yeah.
brown and sticky? A stick.
Yeah,
But some
dad
of them are
jokes, dad
genuinely
jokes.
fun. Yeah, some of them are genuinely funny. And I'm not going to bore the audience here, but
Come on, give us a
they're
funny one.
actually-
Come
us
on,
a
Duke,
good
make
one.
us
All
laugh.
right,
Come
all
on,
right,
Duke,
all right.
make
Here's
us
I
laugh.
like this. This is one of my favorites. These
Okay.
three women die and go to heaven. These three women die and go to heaven. When St. Peter gets there, when they get up there, St. Peter goes, "Hi, the buffet is that way. We only have one rule in heaven: don't step on any ducks." They look around, there's ducks everywhere. What? Why not? Don't step on any ducks. Don't ask questions. The buffet is that way. So the ladies are like, okay, let's go to the buffet. They're walking carefully, but eventually one of them, quack, steps on a duck. Damn it. St. Peter says, wait right there. And he goes and gets an ugly, smelly dude, handcuffs him to her. She's like, what is this? He says, you shouldn't have stepped on a duck. Now you have to walk around with this guy for all eternity. She's like, God damn it. Come on, smelly dude. Ugh. Second woman's being very careful, but eventually, quack, she steps on a duck too. Damn it. St. Peter gets an even uglier, smellier dude. He's picking his nose, wiping in his hair. He's like, handcuffs him to her. He shouldn't have stepped on a duck. The third woman doesn't even pick her feet up. She's like, get away, ducks. Get away, ducks. She's sliding around on the clouds. St. Peter goes, stop. She says, I didn't. I honestly didn't step on anything. He says, wait right here. He goes and gets a really good looking, handsome guy. He's wearing a tux, smells great, handcuffs the man to the woman. And the woman goes, wow, what did I do to deserve this? And the guy goes, I don't know. I just stepped on a duck.
I see.
So you're saying the woman's ugly? Is this what we're saying? And
Yeah,
smelly?
I
Is
see.
that what's happening here?
Yes, that's the crux of the joke. Thank you. Yes. So
Are you okay,
here's
Stu?
the thing.
Are you
Yeah,
are you
Stu's-
deflating?
But here's the thing. Stu's doing what a lot of my students do lately, which is you cannot laugh, you cannot show any actual joy when you hear a joke
No.
like that. It's this weird, I don't even know what. I don't want to speculate. The point is there's always been a bunch of students who do that. And I get it. It's okay. But there are usually been some students who are like continuing to roll with it, and I'll just keep telling jokes, and eventually it eats up a whole class period. Like, I don't mind. I set aside a day each year to like go through these jokes. And a lot of students at the end of the year have said, when we talk about what was really good about the year, some students often say, like, my favorite day was the day you just told jokes all day. I'm like, yeah, that's right, because it's a fun day.
My favourite day is when
On
you
Friday?
when you handcuffed us to the radiators and told jokes to us all day and would us let
Yeah,
us leave.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't let us leave the class.
So we just
Here,
left.
I've got
left.
a joke. I've got a joke for you.
Hang
Duke.
on.
Oh no,
wait
he's
a
still in
minute.
his thing. He's
Oh, I
still
was
in
going to
his
say
thing.
you can stick this in your book. It's a good one. It's a good
He's
one.
gonna-
I
he's
don't
still let
know.
him
Well,
tell his
it's not
thing.
going to matter, and here's why.
Oh, God.
On
Oh, my
Friday,
God.
end of the day, Friday, I was like starting into the process, and this class, I don't even know how to describe it. Like half the class are staring at their phones. 3 kids had their heads down. One kid's there. Every time I said a joke, wow.
You got heckled. You got heckled by your class. Is that what happened
It's
here?
not even heckling. It's like sour, poisonous derision. And I was just
Wow.
like, this is painful for me. I thought this might be enjoyable to share some jokes and make y'all laugh a little bit. But I mean, do y'all want to go on and do the work that we had planned for today? And 2 students said yes.
Wow. Flip it heck.
Wow.
Holy crap. So
See,
we
that's
went
funny.
and we did
That's
the
funny, dude.
So I stopped and I was just like, okay, fine, we'll just do the lesson that I had planned for today. And I'm just like,
Aw.
what's going on? I mean,
Could it
I
be
get
just a
that
bad
you don't
bunch?
find. Well, that's the thing, is I don't like to think of them as a bad bunch,
Yeah, but
but
sometimes,
I don't know what else to think, to be honest.
Sometimes they are, don't they? Come on.
Sometimes
mean,
it's just
it might
not
just
fun. They're
be.
not fun. They're not into fun.
Yeah, no.
30 students are not into fun. Think about what that
You know
means.
what? If you-
None of them said, here's the thing too. Earlier in the day, I had a group that felt a little, it's just every group these days. I'm competing with TikTok. I'm competing with Snapchat.
You
I'm competing
are.
with all the entertainment on the internet, which I'm never going to be able to compete with. But I said in another class, I was like, should we just move on with the work? And 2 kids were like, no, tell more jokes. And I'm like, okay, cool, I will. And it became kind of okay after that moment. And in this class, nobody said that. Nobody stuck up for the idea
You
of,
see-
let's spend a day telling some jokes.
Here's the thing. We had a kind of a discussion, not about that, but I guess it's in a similar vein because it is kids these days. But Millie is obsessed with the Sidemen. Right?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
they're
know whether
great.
You know,
They're great.
yeah, but this is what kids are into. They're not into jokes. They're into these bloody
Well,
celebrities who aren't celebrities who get paid for doing nothing.
They are celebrities, Stu.
They're not though.
They
They're not. They're,
are.
they're
Well,
nobodies
apparently
who
they
got
are.
famous
If
for doing
Ginny
nothing.
knows them and other.
They don't
Yeah,
do
but that doesn't
anything.
matter. People
They just
said that about stand-up
rehash.
comedians.
No, it's serious, right? They rehash all shit that people have done
Yeah, but they're
before
funny,
and
guys.
make it their own.
If they-
But they just do
if
it
they
what other
do it in
people
a
have
funny
done.
way-
It's not
Imagine
original.
imagine
None of
this
it's
show,
original.
but funnier and blacker, and that's the
Oh,
Sidemen.
Yeah, but they're just not.
They're funny.
Honestly, they get paid for nothing.
Well, I don't mind when people like things that are different from what I like. And that's very different. Millie's not a kid, first of all, and neither are my students, to be fair. I think if I had a group of 10-year-olds, they would have freaking loved that day. They would have been all over it. I think there's something about being teenagers, especially today,
There's
that's
a
just
lot
like
going on.
you can't show any joy, you can't react
Yeah.
to, especially if a teacher has something funny. Like, no.
Well, I've got.
Wow.
I'm funny. Now, this is absolutely true, by the way, Duke. But I've been saving something on my phone, and it's a list of
Okay.
things.
Oh,
And this
right,
is
okay.
fairly
A
new,
list.
so
Okay.
there's not
Okay.
not a lot on the list.
Okay.
But this might resonate with your class a little better.
It might.
and it is to
Okay.
do with the English language, right?
Okay.
I have been writing down. I've told this to Ollie at work. Better insults than you like. Just fuck you, right? So better.
All right. I was
Right.
like, that's a bit of a weird
Yeah.
step. Just better insults.
Better insults.
Okay,
So-
so give us
Better
an example of
insults.
these
Go on,
better
give-
insults.
So
Go on,
for
give us a good
example,
insult. Go
so
on.
so for example, and I'm sort of revealing a bit about me, but you know that's what we do on the show.
Yeah, sure. We bare our souls.
So
We do.
because the thick of it started this because I was like, man, their insults are so good, right?
Yes.
You know, for example, like one of the guys in the thick of it, he's got glasses, curly hair. Ollie, you remember him in the show, Duke? I don't know, but he's like the younger guy, thin.
Vaguely.
And somebody just went, "Fuck off, Love Actually." And that's a great insult, isn't it? It's great, you know.
I like that.
That's a
My
good one.
students would hate that because they don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, but you'd have to.
They would
make it
stare
well.
at you and they
So
would
my
be
first-
Can I
nothing
just
happening.
my
can I
first
just ask
one-
Oju just before you go on, Ginny? Can you swear at the kids? Is that okay? I don't know
No.
whether that's
No,
a
you
yeah.
can't swear at them.
No.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
My first one is.
Go on.
If Pharrell Williams ever come up in conversation, this is a good one, right? So I'd be
All
like,
right.
Pharrell looks like one of those furless cats chewing a wasp. You know?
I like it. That's a good
Do you
insult.
know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, it's rarely useful, but
No, but like when it,
Yes,
when it,
yes,
when it,
no, that's
but
very
that's not the
useful.
point,
Yeah, oh, yeah,
dude.
sure.
When it comes up, people are going,
No, I
"You
know.
thought of that on the spot?" You know what I mean? Like, no, I
yeah,
didn't.
right. That's gonna be
All
very
right,
impressive.
okay,
Actually,
go
here's
on.
what would happen if Pharrell ever came up. You'd be like, "Oh, hang on, wait.
Just a minute. Let me get my notes out. I need my notes.
You look like a
What did I
massive.
write
You
You
down?
look like a pussy, like a hairless pussy. Oh, he's gone. Don't worry
All
about
right,
it.
I'll give you a scenario,
All right.
Ginny, and then you give me
Stu's
the
gonna-
insult.
oh,
No, I haven't
Stu's
got.
gonna say
No,
his
I've
joke
got another
now.
one. Was like because
Oh, go on.
someone said they've because obviously we work with like filming stuff, and I thought of one while I was brushing my teeth. It was like it looks like it's been filmed on a potato covered in shit.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's just little quips that make you go.
potato.
That make you go. It's not a normal insult. It's a little bit better
Yeah,
than that.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
So
no, I like it.
that's what
it
I've been
shows some
working on.
creativity with the
Yeah.
insulting
Yeah.
impulse.
Yeah.
Well, I was
All
going to
right,
give you a
Stu had a joke.
scenario. Let's give you a
scenario.
scenario first. See if you can insult me.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm walking past you. Right. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit clumsy and I trip
Oh, nice
up.
walk in there, shithead.
Yeah. Trip up.
Shut up, dickhead.
I like Jukes. That's pretty good. That's pretty
I'm
good.
ready to go.
That was pretty good. What about you, Chini? Come on. So what's the insult? 'Cause
Oh, I
really-
thought there was
Well,
more to it.
I thought there was
That
something
a
going to
really-
happen. Like you tripped
No,
over.
I nearly tripped up. I was just.
Oh,
a
you
clumsy
nearly
dick.
tripped over.
Oh, you
I
tripped
was
up.
in-
Oh, I
yeah,
was-
you know, I made a bit of a dick of myself. What's the insult?
Well, this is
he's not very good at.
no,
You're not
no.
very good at this, are
Way
you?
to breathe. No
Well, the
breath.
whole reason,
Yeah,
the whole
Jesus.
reason that I'm writing them down is so I don't have to think of them on the spot. You
Look,
welly
you
head.
just said way to walk,
Kiddie.
dickhead. You know, that's pretty good. Way to walk, dickhead.
That was
You
not
know,
very good. That was
No,
a
no.
It
stupid
works
insult.
though. It works. It works. It's an insult, and it's like
mother
But
works.
no, my hesitation was not because I couldn't think of something, Stu. It's because I might offend you if I did.
No, that's okay. Look, that was the whole point of the thing, wasn't it? I don't know.
Because I was going to say, nice trip, David Brent from the 70s.
Nice. No, you see, that's pretty good. Although the 90s would have been better because this is kind of Shaun Ryder from the 90s, really. So,
You've
yeah.
walked off by now. You wouldn't have thought of that reply.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You'd have gone, what? 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 You know?
Anyway, do you want to hear the
Okay.
joke? This
yeah.
one, the
Yes, I
kids-
want to hear the joke. Go ahead. Let's
the
hear
kids
it.
are what they need is a bit of edgy. So he's an edgy
Oh,
joke. They
no.
love this. So
I got some edgy
Eskimo
jokes too.
Eskimo
Yes.
breaks down in his car. Guy
Okay.
comes out to fix it, right? He's
Yes.
having a look on the bonnet. He turns to the Eskimo. He says, looks like you've blown a seal, mate. And he went, nah, it's just the icicles on my mustache.
Mm.
It's just the icicles.
So it looks like he's
Wow.
having oral sex with a seal. Right.
Yes, exactly. See?
So
See?
so
Edgy. That's
so
what you
Dick,
need. A bit
I'll
of
give you
edgy.
an example of like the thick of it version. I'm not as good as the thick of it ones, but this is the kind of stuff that the thick of it say, right? This is a quote from the thick of it, Duke. I know you're doing a thing where you're pretending not to laugh, but we can get through this. Right.
Get it.
So Malcolm says this is like the Shawshank Redemption, only more tunneling through shit and no redemption.
You see, that's good.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
So it's
good.
like,
Yeah, no
so I'm
doubt.
trying to work on. I'm using
Yeah.
my creative.
You want to
muscle.
step your insult game
Yeah.
up to there.
So
Creative
I want to have
insults.
an insult so like tight
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people will go, how the
Yeah.
fuck did he come up with that? Right. So some of them are just going to come like that, and then some of them I'll work on.
The
'em.
best, can I just tell you the best insult I ever had? And it was very quick. And I was giving someone some grief, and they turned around and went, "If I wanted any shit off you, Stu, I'd squeeze your head." You see, you've got to say it quick. I mean, that didn't come out right. But, you know,
No, okay.
if I
I
wanted
heard
shit off
one-
you,
I heard-
Stu, I'd squeeze your head. There
Another
you
one
go.
I liked was, you've heard the phrase like, "I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck." It's almost like
Yes.
doing that, but like having another twist on it. So you go, "I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck, and then I'll put your head back on and shit on your head." You know what I mean? Like little
Yeah,
things.
just
It's
good.
added extras.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a story.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Here we
go
go.
ahead. Let's hear your story.
So last year, I won this trophy.
Okay.
Oh snap! It's
Um,
a red. It's like a no.
I'll
It's a
st-
walnut.
well, I'll start with this
plaque
actually.
like
I've got a medal here. Look, so that
Oh my goodness!
So I was on the TV. I was on the TV this week because the snooker was televised local to me in Telford.
Oh nice.
So I went along there, and when I say I was on the TV, I mean I was in the corner of a TV at like 1 second or something.
Well, yeah.
And then I
You
did
were
a
on an episode of the It Squad. Too.
outside of the. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. No.
You were outside of the Think You're Gonna Sneeze.
No. So the outside of the
Okay.
thing in the foyer, there's like a challenge that they
Yes.
do on a snooker table, and I won it. So I did the thing. I got a medal for it, and I did
nice.
it.
Yay!
But anyway, back to the trophy. So last year, Stu, are you looking? Can you see?
I am. Yes, yes.
says-
I can see.
Division 4, highest break.
Yeah.
Mike Chin,
It was a bit blurry, but we could see it.
57. My highest break was last year. Right.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. It's focused.
That's
Focus.
that was
Yes.
that was the highest break in Division 4 last year. We got promoted
Wow.
to Division
yeah.
3,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Which means better standard. And the person
Yeah.
who has the highest break in Division 3 is 61. Chap named Chris.
It's not far. It's not far off, is it?
So, well, that was last year. This is this year, right?
Oh, okay.
I haven't
okay.
played
That was
very
then. This is now.
I haven't played very well this year. I haven't really talked about it much, but I have had a little baby. My snooker game has gone down,
Oh,
and then I
Your
played.
baby is very good at rapping, though.
Very good at
It's-
rapping.
baby's very good at rapping.
And
That's awesome.
so then I played this chap who I've known for a long time, and I was playing bad, and then out of nowhere, Stuart,
Yes.
I cleared the table and made a 70 break
You're joking. Oh my God.
out of nowhere,
Awesome.
right?
So you're the current highest break
So
in the
now,
third division.
if
now,
no
are
one
you?
beats it between now and 18th of April, which is possible. I mean, it's possible.
it
Someone
is
might beat it.
possible.
Someone might
Possible.
beat it
You
because
get another
last
medal, you get another trophy.
I get another one of these little fuckers.
Wow, get
So-
you.
Yeah.
So
So are you gonna be there in the club whenever anyone comes close, and you just start pushing them
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
throwing the balls around?
So-
Oh, you can't set a record.
So
now.
that like it's bizarre because I haven't really knocked a break in over 50 for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden,
Hey,
bam.
all of a
okay.
sudden.
But the cool thing, Stu, was that I cleared the table. It's like
Clear the table.
the table didn't beat me. I beat the table.
yeah, you did. Take
Wow.
that table.
So there you go.
Sometimes, Ginny, you're just in the groove. You
I'm
were
just
just
in the groove,
in
and
the
it is
groove.
like
Focused.
a flow state. You know, when you play
Yeah, it is.
Geometry Wars
It
and you're
is.
just in the
Totally
zone,
is.
and it's just that. I know.
Sure.
And some
Happens
people
with
were
Rocket
saying,
League.
"Oh, the pink that you played, and you put right, and you went into the red," and I was like, I barely remember anything about that break. I don't
know what you mean,
remember-
Chinny,
like, I don't
because-
remember anything about it. Like, and then
Yeah.
then I had to think about it later and go, "Oh yeah, I do remember doing that. I do remember," but I can't remember. So there was like 30 shots. I only
I do
remember
remember
like
reaching into my pants and smearing some feces on my opponent.
I
Wow.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, Chinny, because it's like that.
I'm sorry,
night
not
I-
as good as shitting down someone's neck.
No, it isn't.
It's like that
It's
night
like
that
that. It's like that night I beat you at pool. I know how you feel. You know, when you're just in the flow and
Oh,
you're just knocking
shit.
in the balls.
Pool is
Oh,
like
snap.
pool is like bingo. You know what I mean? Any fucking
It was
idiot.
funny.
could-
What was quite good though, I did kind of clear the table, and everyone was just like, "What just happened?"
Well, imagine that, but about 40 people watching you,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
last
yeah.
that last
Yeah.
black on the black
Yeah.
on when I was on, I played the last red, and I was like,
Racist.
I think this is on 42 or something like that, or lower than that. And then I was like, I'm gonna keep going, and I wasn't nervous through it the whole thing. And then the last black, which was an easy black,
Yeah.
all right, my arm was going. My arm was
Oh,
like,
but it
oh.
wasn't, we were like, oh my
Because
God.
I did think about playing it one-handed, and I was like, no, I won't. I'll just do that. Yeah.
But
so
just
By
to,
the way,
just to rub it in.
just a rub
Duke
it in.
and Chinny are inverted on the screen. you want to fix that? That would be great.
No, that's who
don't
we
have
are
a
now.
camera
We've
on.
changed our names.
That's who
Oh,
we are.
I'm Chinny now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
I have a baby. Oh, I live in Wolverhampton.
I have no time. Right,
I want to give an early shout out to Amar.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Because he sent me this compilation of audio clip, or it's a video compilation of food logic in video games. And it's a really funny video. You can just go look it up, food logic in games. And at the end of it is someone winning a round of PUBG, and like he barely survived, and he killed somebody with a frying pan, and he's all traumatized, like, I just murdered 7 people. And the guy goes, well, congratulations, here's your chicken dinner.
Congratulations, here's your chicken dinner.
What? Why do I have chicken now?
So we now have that sound clip here on the soundboard. Thank you, Amar. Woo! And there's another one that I might play later on if it's fitting. So. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Are we ready to talk about video games
Yeah,
now?
let's talk about games.
I think so.
Okay.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
And we barely got through half of our games last week, so we got to make time this week to keep it moving now.
Make some time.
Go.
We ain't cocking around with this. Yeah. Who's first?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Who's got the most?
Well, I'll go
Dukes,
first.
do you got the
I
most?
probably
Yeah,
have the
Duke,
most.
you
yeah.
go first.
A shout out to Salad Fingers on Rocket League. There's this guy. You don't see the same people over and over again very often in Rocket League because the player base comes and goes. But there's a guy named Salad Fingers. Did y'all ever see Salad Fingers?
I
back in the
remember.
day?
I didn't watch it. I know what it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very weird.
yeah.
Animation.
It was this old animation on Newgrounds, and it was a lot of fun. And so I played a game with him today, and I was like, "Dude, you and I just keep hanging around the same rank." And he was like, "Good to see you again." I was like, "Yeah, that's right." And I said, "I have this fantasy that you're the guy who actually made Salad Fingers." And he goes, "That's a great fantasy, but it's not true." And I was like, "All right, well, that's exactly what the guy who made Salad Fingers would say."
Well,
he got a
probably
kick
is.
out of that.
Probably is.
Yeah. I played a little Minecraft, started over on the Lilac server. So if anybody wants to holler at me, there's this, let me complain about this on Minecraft. Okay. I bought Minecraft back in the day when it was Mojang, right? I had a Mojang account for my Minecraft Java server. Okay. Then they did this thing where they transitioned over to Microsoft accounts. So I basically ended up with 2 Microsoft accounts, okay? The one that came from Mojang and then the one that I made when I started my PC gaming experience, right? Okay, so I have these 2 Microsoft accounts. I use one for my Xbox Game Pass. That's my main Microsoft account that I log into the computer with, use for Game Pass and all that. The Mojang account, I have on the Lilac server, I paid for a title. I have, you know, a whole world that I built there. But in order to play that account, I have to switch when I start Microsoft or switch when I start Game Pass. It's so stupid. I should be able to say today on Minecraft, I want to play with this account, but you can't do that. You have to sign out of everything. It's so annoying. So Microsoft, come on, get it together, please. Come on.
Sort it out.
Come on.
Sort
It's
your
probably just
shit
like
out.
one bloke that could sort it out. You know,
Yeah, well, you know what? That bloke should get on it.
John.
Meanwhile, I played some more Shapes with a Z. I played the Shapes 2 demo, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and play that first one. And it's good. The problem is that, like, factory games, at a certain point, like, you've got these conveyor belts everywhere, and it's, like, all going all over the place, and it's just, like, trying to keep track of what you've put where and all the things spreading here and there, and it's just like, So, I don't know. I wish there was a way. Here's what we really need in these games is a way to like take some stuff that you've built and like compress it so that you have like one tile that represents this process of like, you know what I mean? Like 10 different tiles. That would be very nice if they could put that into the game, but whatever.
Stack it up.
Anyway, yeah, exactly. But there's not too much to say about Shapes with a Z, so I will speak about the last really super quick game that I've been playing, or speak quickly about a game I've been playing, which was Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Oh boy.
Because I had played on Next Fest, I had played that
Space
Trucker game.
Space
Yeah,
Trucker.
exactly. And it made me think like, you know what? Maybe I'll go back and play some regular Trucker. And I took the channel from there's a like a ferry. I guess it wasn't the tunnel because I would be driving underneath the tunnel or the channel. Anyway,
Well, no,
so,
you get on a
but in
train, Duke. It's on a train.
Right, that's what happened in this game. So I got on the train and I was like, but it's not very clear what you're supposed to do. It's just
Yeah.
like turn right here, and then it's like I guess I'm supposed to park here, and I did, and it was like okay, now you're on the train, and it took me across, and yeah, so whatever. That was fun for about 5 minutes, and then I was like, why did I play this game? Why did I install it? It's not very fun.
Well, some people love it because they
People
like
love it.
I know.
transporting shit
know.
around. That's what people do.
You know what? And I started to think about it. Why don't we have a more wacky version of that game? There should be a fun, over the top, like, shooting at people, driving over people. Like, GTA meets Euro Truck Simulator. Like, transporting things from here to here is fine.
The
But
only way
it's
the only
so
way to get
dull.
over the channel is to catapult yourself over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Through flaming hoops.
You could keep it realistic though, couldn't you? Because what you could have is like Euro Truck, but into war zones delivering supplies and stuff. So you're getting
I'm
shot
talking
at.
about something more cartoony, more arcadey.
We had that cartoony delivery game. Remember, like we played.
Oh,
it.
No, I'm not
God.
yeah, but that's like horrible physics on purpose. I'm talking about like, Burnout Paradise, but you're delivering stuff.
The
That would be
reliable
fun.
delivery service or whatever it was called, wasn't it?
Yeah. I didn't like that. But whatever. Anyway,
He wants super fun,
those
but he
are my
doesn't want
first
super
4
fun.
games.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't
there you
fun to me.
go.
It was very frustrating on purpose because you're supposed to laugh at how ridiculous it all is, and I just get tired of that very quickly.
Well, I've bought something this week at full price, which I can't remember the last time I did that. Can't remember it.
Dude, full
I know.
price. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
What did you buy?
I bought Banisher's Ghosts of Eden.
What the fuck did he say?
Banisher's Ghost of
Exactly,
Eden.
the
Holy
game.
crap.
Actually.
Never heard
What
of
the hell
it.
is it?
No.
I
Well,
don't know
that's
this
because you're not in the know. That's why. You haven't heard of Belaltro until I've told you about it. And look at that, how that turned out.
16 people have
Just
told
say-
me to play.
We'll talk
that
about it,
fucking
don't worry.
game. And,
I fucking told you first.
Cards.
So stick
Oh,
it up your
Cheese
ass.
gotta play it.
Banisher's Ghost of Eden. I saw
Yes.
this and I was like, looks pretty good, that.
Okay.
It's by
what kind of game is it?
It's by Don't Nod, who did obviously.
Sounds like
Life
you're
is
trying to
Strange.
take the credit for making it or something.
I am. I am, because I feel like this game is under the radar. I feel like most people haven't heard of it.
on.
And that
Hence
is
you
your
two.
favorite type of game because you love
Yes,
love
it is.
finding
Indeed
games that are under the
you
radar
do.
and then telling everybody about them.
I do. Well, that's the point
And
of the
being
show.
able to say like,
What's
oh, this
the
is gonna be
point?
huge.
No,
Of course
it's
it
not.
is.
No, it's
We're-
not.
we're
Dude,
alerting
Demon
people
Souls,
to
this game's gonna be
games
amazing. Once
that they
people
might
start-
miss. And I was right
it's
about
not.
that, Duke. Just saying.
That's not the
Um,
point of the show.
Yes, you were.
The
I
point.
was.
The point of the
It's the
show.
point of every show, Chinny. The only reason we do anything is to feed our egos.
No, but it's quite nice. No, let me just say this. It is quite nice to say to people, look, there's this game. You may not have heard of it. You might actually like it, and it's pretty good.
The point
Just
of the
saying.
show
Yeah,
for me.
but it's not the same feeling if the person doesn't know anything about video games at all as it does if they know a lot about games, but you know something they don't. That's the
No,
ego
that's
part.
not really why I do it. I do it because I feel like, well, I didn't play this game because of my ego. I played it because it looked good. And
I
then
know,
it's just
but
to let
you-
people
but-
know about it. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what? This game's
I'm
pretty good.
not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying we all are driven to some
You
extent
know,
by our
we
egos.
can all
that's all.
we can all bang on about Rocket League every week, but everybody knows
Yes, we
about
can.
that game.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
cool
And
people play it though.
Minecraft, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's a fun game, Minecraft.
So basically,
You can-
Banisher's Ghosts of
A
Eden
diamond pickaxe.
is an RPG. First of all,
Yes.
it's kind of open world, but it is also fairly directed, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of hack and slash. You sort of level up your character like you do in a normal RPG. The
Slow down.
combat is fine. It's not
Okay.
obviously the most creative, but it's all right. It's light attack, heavy attack.
delete, never play again.
Dodge.
Done.
That's
that
okay. I
kind
don't
of
mind
stuff.
that. Games don't have to have innovative combat.
No,
Point
it's
the
fairly
sharp
straightforward.
thing at the thing
But
that needs to die.
You ain't innovating, you're dead.
What makes this game stand out is the story, the characters, and the voice acting is superb. It is superb.
Who is she? Superb.
So basically, she's a banisher. So
no,
she's
superb. Who's she?
Oh yeah, superb. I don't know.
Don't
Anyway, so basically, the main character is the lady you can see on screen, and she's what's known as a banisher, so she gets hired, a bit like a witcher. So it's a
Okay.
bit like a witcher, but she gets hired to get rid of ghosts
Ooh.
rather than witches
Right.
or demons.
She's a
So
Ghostbuster.
So it's basically a medieval Ghostbuster. So that's
Ghostbusters.
kind of the story.
Where's her?
I doth not be afraid of no ghost.
Where?
That's kind of how she speaks. I like it.
That's good. Where's her proton pack? Where do you get that?
Oh, my
She
students
doesn't
are
have her, but
funny.
she has fancy. So she has 2 swords, Duke. Would you believe?
2 swords.
Two
Thou
swords,
shalt not
but
crosseth thine streams.
Like The Witcher. He has 2
To
swords.
Is
kill
one
her-
of them silver?
to kill off the ghost. No, I don't think so. No, I'm aware.
You don't have to switch swords and like not be told that you need 2 different kinds of
no,
swords.
she has
Okay.
special
That's
swords.
good because that would be ridiculous in a game to do that.
And then you build up a bar, and that allows you to do like this special soul
you, like, serve
busting
drinks?
attack where
Nice.
where
Okay.
you absorb the soul and get rid of them. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a pretty deep story. You know, it's kind of, you know, you're with this guy who's called Red. So it's a little bit like the Shawshank Redemption, and he's some big burly Scotsman, you know, who's sort of wearing a kilt and all that jive.
There's a Scotsman called Red.
Ugh, I
Red.
feel like going to the ocean because I has no memory.
Okay, no, dude.
I'm the only
No,
person
that's-
in
yeah.
here who's not in it who's actually guilty.
Yeah. So there's
Hope
dude
is a
called
dangerous
Red,
thing, you know. Yes, right. Sorry,
And-
go ahead.
and he speaks very quiet, and he speaks with lots of emotion.
Right.
And it's pretty good. I've been really impressed so far. It's very story driven, obviously,
Story.
and everything is really well done. There's nothing too over the top. There's obviously an enemy, and I don't want to obviously go into spoiler territory, but the enemy's really well done.
Hey, Stu, I'm gonna give some youth speak. Are you ready for this?
Go for the youth speak. Go.
It's giving Plague's Tale.
Vibes.
It's
Little
giving
bit, I
Plague's Tale.
guess. A little bit, I guess, but no, it didn't give that to me playing it.
It's
To be fair,
Stu. You by not listening and agreeing, you're disrespecting me,
well,
and I don't.
I
like
can
that.
only say it didn't make me think of that when I was playing it. I can
looks-
see what you're saying now from the sort of the look of it. I
the
suppose.
look. It's old timey. So you're playing a female
Yeah.
protagonist.
Yeah.
You're running around and shit.
But there's a lot more to it than that. But
It
without
has
going
colour.
into spoiler territory, I can't really discuss it.
You're a vampire.
But there are no rats involved. Can I just say? There's no rats. In it.
Not yet.
But there are lots of ghosts.
What about
So,
ghost rats?
21 hours for the main story,
What
apparently.
about ghost rats?
Yeah.
Do you any
Yeah.
ghost
Ghost
rats?
Those are the coolest kind of rats.
So it's not.
Those will
it's-
send you going round and round. Those will.
It's not crazy long. I mean, the only thing I would say, obviously, of course, I'm playing it on Steam Deck, but
Of course, obviously.
Because nothing
It-
else. Because good games don't run on the Steam Deck.
it does have caveats on the Steam Deck.
Go on, please do
No.
tell.
What caveats?
Oh, I love
the-
it when you start shitting on it.
I know.
Ooh, yeah.
The caveats are it only runs decently on low settings, so you've
And
got to
you've
have
got the
everything.
Oh
you've
my
got
God,
and you've
dude,
got
are you
Stu,
kidding me?
and you've got the newest, latest OLED
Got
Steam
the
Deck,
fancy
don't you?
Steam Deck. Imagine how
And
shitty it would run on the original Steam
it's
Deck.
It runs
still-
fine.
it-
It's a solid 40 frames a
runs
second.
fine. 40 frames a second.
40
it
frames a
doesn't-
second. You might as well be
40.
dead.
Christ. You might as well be shitting down
But
someone's neck.
it doesn't look as great as it does on YouTube. I mean, this isn't
Oh
as
my
high res on
goodness.
here, but flip me. When I was getting the video up to put on, like, for the link, I was like, wow, that looks really sharp. It doesn't look like that on
Oh,
my Steam
wow.
Deck at all. But you know what? It's
Well,
totally
we make
playable.
sacrifices.
We
It's
make
totally playable.
sacrifices.
That's what's on the box. Totally playable.
It's totally playable.
If you
Okay.
squint,
Do you have like
it's
a
not
skill
bad.
tree
If you
on this game?
squint, it looks fine.
You-
Yeah, there's a
when you
full-on
level up,
skill
you get-
tree. There's a
Okay.
full-on
So
skill
what
tree.
skills have you gone for? What's how are you making your character your own?
Well, I've only leveled up once so far, to be honest. So I
Okay.
haven't. I'm not
Gotcha.
massively far into the game. I'm only about 2.5 hours, 3 hours into
Okay.
the game.
Okay, 3 hours
Um,
and you've leveled up once.
I've leveled up once, and I can't remember what I picked. I think it was just to dodge a bit faster or something like that. It
Okay.
wasn't
Well,
anything
that's
crazy.
important.
Well, I
Can you
think I saw-
roll?
no,
when
I
you
think I-
dodge,
I
or
You
you
saw-
can
just like,
roll.
I
Yeah,
think I
you
saw
dodge and roll.
Stu. I think I saw a rat. Honestly, I swear
Oh,
to
you
God, I
did?
think there was
Yeah,
a
you
rat
did.
on the thing.
oh snap!
There
Rats
are probably
confirmed.
rats around here.
It is a
What?
place.
Oh,
Do
snap.
you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what? One of the things I like the best about this game so far.
What's that?
Rats.
Go ahead, tell
Do you
us.
know, normally in these games when you have like, NCPs wandering about in a town or a village or whatever.
Yeah.
Attention,
you in-
listeners. He means NPCs, non-player characters. Go on. Yes.
Yeah. So unless a part of the story, they usually have nothing to say to you. They just go,
That's
hello,
true.
or whatever. They just have
Do you get to the Cloud District much? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Yeah. This game,
Yeah.
when you go and talk to any NCP that's in or NPC, I keep saying
Yes.
NCP, no.
It's quite. It doesn't
That's,
matter.
that's a
NCP,
car
man.
park in it. That's a
When you
car
talk
park
to a
in the UK.
person, it's sitting there. Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
car park. That's what I was trying to think what it was.
Hey, car park. Can I park here? Hey,
Yeah.
can I park
So
here?
an NPC, not an NCP, because that's something
Yes.
Oh
completely
my
different.
god.
Right, go on.
An NPC.
Go on then. So you see a
You get a
VIP.
full-
What do you do?
You see a VIP, you go up and have an
Yeah.
natter.
Yeah.
You get a
You see an
full-on
MP3.
Yeah.
conversation with me. You get a full-on conversation. There's not like,
Yeah.
none of this, and it's all fully voice acted. There's none of this typed shit.
So, for instance, you went up to somebody and you said, "Hey, any ghosts need killing around here?"
Kind
You
of,
said-
right? Because obviously this town's got a curse. So there's a curse in the town,
Right.
and everybody's having nightmares all the time, and they can't
Yeah.
go to sleep, and it's all shit.
Dawnstar did it on
All gone
Skyrim.
to
It's been
shit.
done.
So
And-
these BBCs, are they everywhere?
Yeah, they are fucking everywhere, man. They're
Yeah.
all up now. There's not loads of them, but they all have. What I like is they're all fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
They're all fully fleshed out. One woman just told me to fucking fuck off almost. She was just like, and what's kind of funny, because you're a woman, they all expect you to be a bloke. So every time you talk to someone, they're like, I thought the Banisher was coming in. She's like, I am the Banisher. Really?
Hello, sexist
Really?
much?
Are they
I know.
racist? Are they racist as well?
No, they're not. They don't appear racist, but they are definitely
'Cause,
sexist.
So these LGBTs, are they like? Do they have like interesting design on the characters?
They do. They're all really individual.
Okay.
We
Again,
don't actually want answers to these questions.
All
We're just
really
posing
good.
it as a
We're
way to
just-
make
I'm
fun
trying
of
to
the
think of
fact that
more.
there's a different acronym. That, you
no.
know.
What's quite cool is though
When
they
you
are.
need to think of one, you can't think of acronyms.
They
Go ahead.
all are individually voice acted. They're all sort of fully fleshed
Yes.
out, and it's like it's a proper place. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because a lot of these types of games, you go in them and they're just like incidental shit at the side, is almost
Right.
like window
It's
dressing.
really boring PS3s that are sitting around, like not actually saying anything.
Exactly. They just sort of
Yeah.
stand there and they don't do shit, and you speak to them and you just
Right.
go, huh, and just that's it. That's all you get from.
Eh,
Huh.
yes, I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow in the knee.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game,
All
so
right.
far, everybody's fully fleshed out.
So-
and I really like
Well,
it.
so you
Okay.
like the graphics, you like the story,
Yep.
you like
You
the
like
fact
the
that
fleshed out.
the
Fleshed
NC,
out characters, NCPs,
the
PCIs,
NSPCC are in there.
NSS,
Yeah.
NSPCC.
WWF.
G3s. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. The
Right.
NHS. lovely.
Okay. Anything else about banished ghosts?
No, it's Banishers, Ghosts of Eden. Let's
Right.
get the
No, we
title
said it right. It's
Ghosts of New Eden.
New Banishers, Ghosts sometimes. That's the name of the game.
New PC3s.
PC3.
Banishers,
Banished.
Ghosts of New
Right.
Eden.
We're just
Mega
gonna do this
Drive-
all day, folks.
Mega
I
Drive
hope you don't want to hear about
CD.
other video games. Yeah.
But
So there's loads of DVDs in it.
there's loads
Yeah.
of DVDs. Loads of DVDs. But it's excellent so far. Very impressed. Super
So-
impressed with the story.
Okay.
So why does the game have car parks in it
I don't know.
if
Don't
it's
know.
based in a medieval setting?
Because this society used to be fully sophisticated and
Yeah.
technologically advanced.
like
And then
Horizon.
the ghost showed up and they were all like, ah!
Was
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
interested. They made the lines out of horse shit. So
Mm.
that's,
Oh,
the
that's
lines
nice.
were there.
Well, it's practical as well.
And then they could park the horse and carts in those bays. You know what I
Lovely,
mean?
Lovely, yeah.
It's all done. All done.
All right, I think we've
Yeah.
strained that enough, haven't we?
Yeah, we
Okay,
have,
Chinny,
yeah.
go ahead. You're up.
I've played video games this week.
I know. I can
my
see on your list. I was like,
God.
what the fuck?
Let's get bloody Alan
So,
Wake
for
out
instance,
the way. Eh?
Let's get Alan Wake out of the
Alan Wake.
way.
Let's get Alan Wake.
Okay. So it's dark and there's monsters and you fight a
It's
tractor.
scary and you don't like playing it for long periods of time.
I don't know you.
So I'm to explain where I am, Stu. I'm at the
Yeah.
Watery.
Watery. Oh, the town, the little town.
The little town.
Little town on the edge. Yeah.
Little town of Watery.
Little town, and it's like you go in and then there's like a coffee fun fair.
There is. That was
Yeah.
that was particularly stressful. That area. Just
It
to
is
be,
very stressful, isn't
it's
it?
very stressful area
It's
of the
very
game.
stressful.
Yes, it is.
Don't know if I've got anything more to. Well, I do and I don't. There's
Did you go and watch the concert in the little coffee shop thing?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know
I
what
watched.
it was.
Yeah, I watched that. That's fine.
It's funny though; it just goes on forever. I'm like,
It
how
does-
long does he
yeah,
sing
it's-
for?
Yeah, I got bored. I was like, oh my god, I can't.
I know. Yeah, I think it's forever. I don't think he ends. I think he just keeps on going.
Yeah. So, why is there so many fucking Finnish people and Swede people live in America? I don't. What,
Well, because
I
it's
get-
all connected, isn't it? It's all interconnected with control, etc.
I know it was made by Finnish people, but I'm like, why is there so many bloody Finnish people?
Yeah, but
Because representation matters is why, Chinny. God
No,
damn it, why you
just-
gotta hate on
just
the
set
Finnish?
it in-
Chinny.
Just set it.
You
in
want them to be
Finland.
unfinished?
Anyway,
But obviously the janitor is obviously the janitor out of control.
Oh
so
yeah, I
it's the
can
same-
help
it's
you
the
with that.
same
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but like, I get it if there's like one Finnish person in this American
Yeah.
town, but like, there's
Yeah.
about 6 people that are Finnish in this
Well,
town.
I mean,
they're
there are some
emigrated.
places where people from Finland, they settled together. That's what groups of people
I
tend
think,
to
I
do.
think, I think,
we had a bunch of people from the Hmong community in Cambodia and Laos and Thailand who moved to Wisconsin, and now there's a sizable Hmong population.
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
The
You
Chinatowns in
racist
San
or
Francisco.
something?
no,
That's
I'm
just
not
the way it happens.
racist. I'm just
You're not
Racist.
allowing
Full of
Finnish
racism,
people.
Chinny.
Yeah, not allowed to move to America. Is that what you're saying?
Well, at least I'm not playing a fucking. Not playing a game
Yeah,
with a bunch of
exactly.
fucking car parks in it, you weirdo. Right, so
Exactly.
so yeah, so I go around saying there's things and stuff. So then I do the bit where you find the clicker. The clicker is in the first game, isn't it? You find the clicker.
It is the clicker, click, clickety click.
So I did all that. So I'm
It's just
not.
different from the clickers in Last of Us.
So I'm getting into it now, Stu. I'm getting into it.
Are you into it now?
Yeah, I'm into it. So yeah, there's not tons to say about it other than.
So are you not doing the Alan Wake bits at the moment? Are you avoiding
Well,
that
like
at the moment?
I finished that chapter, but I'm still in that area, and I suppose I need to bloody walk all the way back to the bloody room that they're in. Do I? To swap?
No, to swap. No.
I know you got to look into a bloody puddle of
No,
piss.
you know where the dude is singing. He's doing his concert.
Oh yeah,
in
there's
the-
one there, isn't there?
There's
Yeah.
one in the back room there. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you got to look in that puddle of piss, haven't you? And then
Yeah,
then
you
all
do.
of a sudden you move
do. You
over
can
to the
switch
thing.
realities.
I'm
There's
much.
quite a few. They're on the maps. If you look at the maps,
You're on the
there's
map.
quite-
I
they're on the map.
prefer Saga's.
Ooh, he said you're on the map.
Saga's story to Alan's story at the moment. Because Alan's story is just a lot of him going, what the fuck? And I don't like the enemies in Alan's story because they're like shadow people and sometimes they attack you and
Yeah,
sometimes
do.
they don't. That really fucks me off because
Yeah, if you look at them and focus on them, they just disappear.
yeah, they just go,
sometimes,
you fucking stupid dickhead, and then they just go
Yeah.
whoosh, like that, and
Yeah.
then sometimes they go, you're right, Al, like that, and you're like, oh my god, that's
And then but suddenly there's about 4 of them attacking you.
Yeah.
So it starts with one, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden there's fucking loads.
because
of them. It's like,
because
fuck off.
you don't really get in combat very often, and when you do, you're like, I forgot how to fucking fight it. Like, what am I
Yeah.
doing? So I've died quite a few times playing this. But yeah, I'm enjoying Saga's story. I feel like where that's going because she's, you go to a trailer which might or might not be connected to you, and she's got a whole thing with her daughter, and where that's going, I'm like, oh,
So have you been to the trailer? Have you been?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
far?
yeah.
yeah.
Been to
So
the
you've
trailer.
done all of the.
So I've been to
yeah.
I've done all the whole thing. So I've been to the trailer, and you've got to
Yeah.
float, and you got to get a fucking knife and all this sort of stupid shit. And then you get down a well, and you're like, oh, I'm in a bloody loop. What am I gonna do? And then you all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I've done things. I'm about 8 hours in, 9 hours.
Yeah,
in,
you do it.
something.
You're doing all right. You get in there.
I'm in
Yeah,
there.
you get in there.
So but I like where that's going because you're like, what the fuck is happening to her? Like what is going on? And you're sort of in a weird position because you sort of know more than she does because you know how trippy this place is. If you play at Alan Wake, you can write your own fiction
Yeah.
and get written in. So basically, what's interesting, and I don't want to reveal too much, but Alan Wake is obviously the person that is writing the stories, and you play as Alan Wake in the first game. But what's interesting about Saga is she's the consequence of what Alan is doing. She is like, let's hear it from an NCP, as Stu would say.
An NCP.
Yeah, let's hear it from.
He said a thing wrong once.
Well, let's hear it from like one of these people in the town where their lives get affected because Alan has fucked
Yeah.
everything up because he's a wanker, right?
Yeah.
And so you're getting Saga's perspective of like, why is my whole life changing because of this massive twat? And you're getting involved, and I think she's a good character.
That's what the Duchess asks every day. To be fair,
and So is it just obviously there's more to it, and there's things I don't know, Stu, and you know more.
Oh, definitely.
But like, are we
just
just
wait.
accepting the fact that Saga can just read minds? Is that just fine?
Yes.
Because
There
she
is
just,
an
It's fine with Stu.
no,
there
because
is an
like
explanation.
I think I
There is
said
an
this last week,
explanation
and
for it.
she's like, "Oh, they haven't told me about something. They're hiding something."
Yeah.
And then she just looks at a piece of paper on a desk and goes, "They've got a necklace." And I'm like, how the fuck
Yeah.
did you know that?
Yeah. No, there is. I don't know whether it tells it. It's later in the game. I can't remember when it tells you, but there is an explanation for her powers, if you will.
Powers. So she has powers. So yeah, no,
Special
I'm enjoying
powers.
it. I feel like that was my favorite level so far of the the coffee fun ground thing.
Yeah.
I
the
thought that was
watery
really
level.
well done, and I think the levels themselves, they're basically the way it's staged, isn't it? It might change as I go on, but each level is like just an open area that you can explore. So now I've finished the chapter, I'm still in the area, and it's like an optional objective to just fucking walk around and do more stuff.
Yeah, what's quite interesting about that area, there's like a lighthouse thing on the top of the cliff.
Yeah, so
nearby.
that's just opened up for me.
Yeah, so I went up to that and I was like, and it has one of those weird fucking things outside where you mess around with the stick figures and stuff.
The dolls.
Yeah, the dolls. And
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
put them in a certain order, you get stuff, which it does, and you get something.
Yeah. But also a big
Um,
fucking enemy comes as well.
But I kept thinking that must unlock the tap. Well, I looked it up because I thought, well, how do you unlock this fucking lighthouse thing? You've got to do a shit ton of shit before you even get close to unlocking that light. You've got
A
to
shit
almost.
ton of shit.
Yeah.
It's one of these. It's almost like when you've completed everything that's possible in the game, it unlocks or something. So I was like, fuck that! I can't be bothered doing
Who's
that.
got time for that?
Who's got time to do all that
Not
shit?
me.
So
Fuck
yeah,
that.
I'm enjoying Alan Wake 2. I do like it. I'm slightly more interested in Saga story than Alan. So what I might
think what
do,
you'll-
Stu,
what you'll
is
think
I
you'll
might play
find-
Alan Wake story more because
Yeah.
I'm not liking it as much. But also, if I'm not liking it, I'll just get it out of the way.
You
a
see, it
little
just
bit.
shows you how differently in
Over
order we
with.
did it. Because I'd been playing the same as you, doing a lot of Saga up to that point, up to Watery.
Yeah.
And then I listened to the dickhead singing for ages.
Hmm.
And then I went in the back room and I went and did the puddle, and went
Yeah, the
into
puddle of
Alan's,
piss, yeah.
back into Alan's. And then I didn't come out of Alan's for probably about 5 chapters. So I think that's when it so it took me ages before I got back to actually going to the coffee fairground thing.
Yeah.
So it was a long time for me. I probably played about 3 or 4 hours of Alan.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Having two characters to swap between.
Yeah, and I think what you'll find is it's kind of a bit of a turning point when you go back into Alan's story now.
Yeah. No, well, that's where I am. So that's Alan Wake 2.
So good. Such a great game.
Mm.
Duke, back to you.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I've been playing this game, and it's called Destiny 2. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's the thing. There's Destiny, and there's 2 of them, and it's how to describe it. I complained last week about how they vaulted all the content, right? Like
Yes.
that's just frustrating as hell. But whatever, I'm an adult. I can get past it. You've got like 20 quests to keep track of all at the same time, and so they're like not just one quest. It's like this quest has 7 steps to it, and then you have to go do this raid, and you do that, you do this other thing. And I'm doing the Witch Queen DLC expansion pack again because I did it once before, but I'm like, it's a good storyline. There's a lot of first-person platforming on this, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, whatever. End of the day, you just scroll down past the thing,
Sorry.
dude. It's okay. Just letting you know. Yeah. So whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just that what. Did it again?
That was on purpose.
Oh, that was on purpose. Okay, fair enough. I get it. I get jokes. Yeah, whatever. The first person platforming is kind of weird. But the gunplay, the environments, the satisfaction, it is a loot game, so there is a lot of the whole like every 5 seconds, like, is this gun better than that gun? And this piece of armor better than that piece of armor? And every time you open your inventory, there's like 7 glowing boxes, like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's like but that said, the gunplay is so good. The core gameplay loop is so satisfying. And there's so many different ways to do it. Some people are really into hand cannons. Some people like shotguns. Me, I'm an auto rifle dude. I'll use a machine gun or a rocket launcher for my ultimate weapon. And yeah, but and I was doing a strike today, and I ended up somehow getting this like boost of speed, and I was like, dude, and like running real fast. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I want to be able to do that on the regular so that I can run quickly. So I do a Google search for like Destiny 2 speed boost. Like, I swear to you, like 10 results before I even found anything close to what I was looking for. The top 10 results were like boosted characters, like best service for boosting in Destiny 2. I was like, oh no.
You've stumbled on a keyword that a lot of people use for something else.
It's so sad. Like, what the fuck are you doing, kids? You want to have a character that's boosted. You're going to pay someone for...
Of course, because
kids
are awful.
Whoa. This isn't a new thing, Chinny. Let's not forget World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, and this is like going back a long time ago. People would pay for people to grind the characters for them.
But also, let's go back further than that. When people use cheat codes and like cheat cartridges to get
cheat codes is one thing because you're not paying money for that shit.
Yeah, but modded controllers. People had modded controllers for Call of Duty.
I know, but something about a modded controller, you're still kind of doing it. Like,
yeah, but you're paying money for that. People
I know, but you're not just asking someone else to do the work, especially because a lot of the people who do this work are probably like living in like third world internet cafes and like all day long they're just staring at the screen like mining silver and just
but that's just this. It's just World of Warcraft in a modern guise. That's all this is.
I guess so. It just makes me sad. So whatever.
Yeah.
But Destiny 2 is a lot of fun. I'm really, it's a great game, and at the end of the day, you can decide how you want to play it. And you can decide, because one of the quests when you start a new character, as I did, was like, play one PvP match. And I was like, nope, I tried that back in the day. If you don't have because you have like a power level to your character. If your character is not power level to the max for that season, you're just going to get stomped in the PvP.
But also,
they need to have a...
I was going to say...
Stu's going to jump in like, let me tell you about Destiny 2.
No. All I was going to say is that's also why they keep having these new seasons, isn't it? To try and combat these grinders. But they do is start again from...
Well, it's not even that they're combating the grinders, that they want the most loyal fan base to have new things to be doing all the time.
Yeah.
End game content. So yeah, it's ridiculous. But whatever. I'm here for the story missions, and the stories are never very interesting, so there's that. But nevertheless, like I said, the core gameplay loop is a lot of fun, and I like shooting stuff. And I'll put up with the 3D first-person platforming if I have to.
Do you think some of these developers at Bungie are like, can we make something else now? I've had enough of Destiny.
No,
but you know why? Because
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know why they're not like that is because, first of all, Sony owns them, so fuck you, right? Second of all, they like their job, so it's like job security.
No, I get that, but it must get pretty tedious and boring to work on the same game.
You might say that about recording
10 years.
the same podcast for 15 years.
No,
That's
but
true.
I get that.
That's
But
true.
we've kind of got a choice, and it's not a job.
Do we?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I don't have to be.
See you later. I'm off.
You don't have to be here. You don't have to if you don't want to be.
Bye.
But do you understand what I mean? It's like for a game developer though who wants to be creative. Wants to be creative and keep on doing different stuff.
But that's the flip side of it is that they do get a new way to talk about light. Because every goddamn expansion is Beyond Light, Lightfall, Raising of the Light Butt, like all these different versions of light. Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, look, the Witch Queen's homeland, like the creativity is in making new places, and the Witch Queen's homeland, the Throne World, is genuinely pretty creative. And the fact that they've got this mechanic where you reveal you have like dark light vision or something, and it shows you these platforms to jump to. Like that's kind of innovative. It's annoying as shit when you're playing, but there is a creativity that comes from that. So
I get that. I'm not saying the biggest
problem.
I just think it must get a bit boring.
I think it probably does, but who knows? I think all video game, especially because when you start working at a video game studio, your job is to find the invisible walls and see if there's any glitches in them for a year. So, I mean, whatever. But I just feel bad for some students who are like, I'm going to go into video game development. I'm like, if you're going to work at a AAA studio, your job is going to suck for a year or two at least. But, the other thing is that, as I've said, I would have loved for them to start a new game, Destiny 3, because they, the problem is that they keep stacking on things, and you got to get a glaive, and you're supposed to hone the glaive, and then you're supposed to go to the moon, and then you get this thing, and then you go to Europa, and then you go, and it's just like there's too much. So I wish they'd draw a line under it and just, let me finish Destiny 2 over here, and then you can start throwing new content into Destiny 3.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So
They're never
anyway,
going to
that's
do Destiny
2.
3, though, are they? Because they're just going to keep on
with that
expanding on
attitude.
this. They're not going to.
We'll see.
This is a
We'll see.
platform. This is it.
We'll see.
They'll just keep
We'll
expanding it. That's all they'll do.
We'll
'Cause-
see.
Well, what
We'll
are they gonna? What's Destiny 3 gonna be? What is it gonna be, Duke?
Oh, it's gonna blow your mind, dude.
No, what's it
Once
literally?
happens,
What's
you'll
it
be like,
gonna
oh
be?
my God.
They will do. Shoot, they
don't
will
know.
do a Destiny 3 if the money drops. That's
They won't,
when-
because why?
Yeah.
Because
Because the money's
gonna be
dropped.
more of
If the
this,
money
they'll just
isn't
call it
there-
Destiny
If people
2
get sick of the
expansions.
rinse repeat cycle
Yeah,
here,
but fucking Destiny 3 is gonna be the same. What difference? What are you gonna
well,
do?
of course
that's
it will.
different?
But now it's got a
she'll have a
3.
new hat.
Yeah.
Nah, they'll never.
You
this is the
think
platform.
very highly of video gamers.
This is the platform.
It's true.
No, the expansions of what are the new Destiny 3s, aren't they? Every time they bring one of these expansions out, that
Well,
is the
yeah, for
extension
now,
of this
but
game.
it may not last forever. It may
Well.
reach a point where it's like, we gotta do something different, because
That's what they'll
at a
say
certain
in the
point,
developers.
It's like
Yeah, but-
beating someone to death, and then someone
Yeah,
says,
but they're still
He's already
able to do
dead.
something different within Destiny 2.
Yeah.
They don't have to bring out
Yes.
Destiny 3. They just do something
right,
different in
for
this.
now.
For now.
For now. We thought Call of Duty was just going to keep going forever, but eventually it ran out of steam, and then they had to do Battle Royale, and now Call of
Yeah,
Duty's
but
like,
that's only because
who cares
PUBG
about
came
Call of
along
Duty?
and they went, oh, we
Right.
should do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
that's
So maybe
that's-
something new will come along, and Destiny will go, we can't
Yeah.
do this in the Destiny 2 platform. We'll make Destiny 3.
I think they'll just do it in the platform. I don't think they'll ever do
We'll see.
an
We'll
out
see.
standalone Destiny 3.
We'll see.
Well, we will see.
We'll
But-
see.
We will, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're not.
Okay, back to you, Stu.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about because
Destiny 3.
I thought, do you know what? I quite like racing games. I played Forza the
yeah.
other week, so I was like, I
Yeah.
think I'm going to play a bit of Burnout Paradise. I remember that being quite good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
classic.
there's like a Burnout Paradise Ultimate Edition or whatever it's a shit on
Yeah, it is.
Game Pass. So I was like, right, I'm gonna fucking play this game. Give this a dizzle
Give
whizzle.
it a
Yeah,
dizzle
baby.
whizzle, yeah.
Yeah, so there's NCPs in there because it is a car game, so there are
Yeah.
car parks.
Yeah.
Don't know whether I like this or not. I remember thinking it was pretty cool when I
Ooh.
played it back in the day,
Controversial.
but
Okay.
I keep getting lost. That's the problem here, right?
Because you're old.
You do a race, but the only pointers you get are your indicators,
Correct.
which is just fucking weird,
Well,
right?
it's
Well,
just-
you've gotten spoiled by the other way of
I
playing
know. Where the
games.
fuck's an arrow or something, so I know where the hell I'm
yeah,
going.
but like that
The
was
amount
the
of
that was the
times-
whole appeal, is that you make your own way to the destination.
Yeah, there
know,
is no
but-
one way to go. You design
Right.
your own.
The
fate.
takedown things I like, because I always win those. But the races, I would have said 1 out of 5 races I win if I'm lucky.
Bit braggy for you, that was shooting. I always win.
Really?
that.
Always win those takedown things. But yeah, you just lose your way. I lose my way and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking going in the wrong
Well,
direction.
my-
Then
my-
everybody's finished and I'm like, for fuck's sake.
My counter to that, Stu, is if you play those games, and I think developers actually think about this stuff sometimes, is you end up just looking at the minimap all the time. So it's like the idea
Yeah,
is
but that's
to,
the other problem with this, right? Because you're driving really fast.
yeah.
Also trying to look at the map so you know which direction is the best to go in. And it's really difficult to try and look at the map and drive at the same time. I mean, it's worse than sat-nav, man, I'm telling you. I mean, except it's like sat-nav, right? But you're fucking driving at 100 miles an hour while you're doing it.
Well, but that's what you're doing, though, isn't it?
I know, but like, can you imagine in real life you're trying to fucking...
You know
watch
what it sounds like to me? You're complaining
Oh.
about racing a car is really fast and hard,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't like
Ah,
it.
why do these have to go so fast?
No.
Just
So
slow
if you
down,
want to
people.
play,
Enjoy
if
the
you want to play
scenery.
mobility scooter racing, Stu,
I feel like I need to be going slow to know where the fuck I'm going.
so Yeah,
It's
no.
like Otto at the concert. Just sit down. You're ruining
I
it for
like
everyone.
I like all the jumps, and I like all the crazy shit, and I like all the shortcuts, and I like all that stuff.
I don't
But
like
I
all the
just-
speed.
But I'm just too old. I just keep
I
getting
don't like
lost.
the fun
And
stuff.
I'm like, oh my god, where the fuck am I going now?
How
Fuck
much-
me,
how
I don't know
many
where
of-
to go.
If they played Burnout fucking, golf car
Oh,
edition, how many,
Burnout, slow down.
how many,
Golf cart, I like that.
how many of them do you think they would sell of Burnout golf cart? edition?
10, at
Exactly.
least 10.
So you're gonna be fast. You're gonna be...
I like it, I do, but God, I can't. I'm too old to concentrate on two things at once.
Yeah.
To try and look at the minimap and work out where the hell I need to turn next. Because I'll be honest, half of the time I miss the indicator flashing. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I've gone past.
Yeah.
And then I'm reversing, and it's like fucking Austin Powers when he gets stuck in that tunnel trying to do a 3-point turn. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god, I'm so slow.
I'm sorry, Stu, but this is you. I think you're just too old.
I am.
Yeah.
And
And if
don't
you
get me
if you get
wrong.
that reference, you're also too old.
I can see how good this game was when it was made. You know what I mean?
It was brilliant.
And even some of the stuff that they do is so funny. Like when you swap cars, it just drops it. You know?
You're
It just drops from the air and smashes in the floor.
No time.
And I like all that kind of stuff. And I do think it's so well designed.
Mm.
But fuck me, I'm fucking terrible at
I'd
it.
love you to send a note to the developers and say, "Could you just slow it down a bit?
Slow it down a bit
Could you
and
just slow it
fucking
down?
put some arrows. Put some arrows on the
Could
road.
you just put
or
an
something.
arrow? Put an arrow."
So I know where the fuck I'm meant to be going. But no, I get it. If you're good at it and you young enough that your mind can memorize maps and drive at the same time really fast, I can see.
Well, it's also not about memorizing so much as it is you play it enough, so it just becomes second nature.
Yeah, I think some of it is memorizing though. Like you say, it is that automatic knowing which direction to go in to get to the end of the race. I
It's like
suppose.
Skyrim. I don't need to look at the map in Skyrim because I've ridden my horse all over that place so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the crashes. I mean,
just-
don't get me wrong. The fucking crashes are unbelievably fun.
I always like
Do you
that
know
with
what I mean?
GTA 3, because in GTA 3 you never had a sat nav because that was before open world games gave you a sat nav. So I knew how to get around in GTA 3.
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
it. Round, round, get around. I get around.
I get
in the
around.
city.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, Ian says Stu follow cars in racing makes it easier, which I do. But the minute I'm in front of those cars is where it all goes pear-shaped because I'm like, I have to figure out where I'm going myself then, and then
Hang on.
then they all come whizzing past me.
I just looked at the chat and James Bevan says Chinny looks 15 now.
Yeah, you do. It's
Yeah,
true.
you
Well,
do.
I said that earlier.
I tell you
mean, I
what,
said that
when
he
I had
looked
my
really young.
haircut and I saw
Plot
all,
twist, he is.
I saw all those grey hairs falling down onto my thing, and I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
oh god.
Wait till you're shaving your pubes and you have that.
you shave your you shave
You shave your pubes. I was just thinking
No,
the
it's just
exact
a
same
no,
thing.
no, I do.
Wow.
I do.
Can I give you some advice, Duke? I wouldn't tell that joke to the kids in the class. Just say,
Too late.
okay.
Are you telling
That
me,
was my
Stu,
closer. That was the, oh, they're going to like this one. Nope.
Stu, are you telling me that you don't shave your pubes?
I do not.
Yeah,
shave
what's
my
wrong with you?
Fucking hell, it must be
Stu?
a fire down there. If you
Weirdo.
run, you could set on fire.
I could.
You could be.
Talking about,
you can't
by
be
the
in a
way,
box factory. You'd be a
Yeah, that's a
hazard.
public health hazard.
Have
Yeah.
either of you watched Deadlock?
No.
Nope.
Oh, I
There's
think you'd
shaving
like
of
this.
pubes there.
It's kind of a Australian sort of serial killer story where people get
Ooh.
killed.
I
But
mean, isn't that all of Australia, though?
in the guise of Brooklyn
animals.
Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay.
It's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like completely crazy thing.
Mm.
And the first opening scene, and this
Like
is the only
Brooklyn
reason I
Nine-Nine.
thought of that. The opening scene, they find these two girls are walking on the beach. One of them trips up, and a fag flies out of her mouth and sets the pubes of the dead man on fire. And she goes, "Oh my god, his dick's on fire!" And
Yeah.
that's the first line in the first
Oh my
episode.
goodness.
Good first
Well,
one.
that's a heck of a line.
It is. Oh my god, I set his dick on fire. There you go.
So anyway,
Yeah.
shave your pubes. Sure.
Shave
So
your
the-
pubes.
yeah. Save the pubes. it
Come on,
says.
baby, set my
Save the
dick
pubes.
on
I think you
fire.
should go all natural, big bushy pubes.
Jesus
That's the way to go.
Christ! Oh my
All
god!
right, are we talking about video games, Chinny? Are we
I
over
d-
to you? Is
I've
that your
learned
turn,
something
baby?
about you that I just don't want to know.
What's that? What's
That
that?
you could start a fire at any point if you ran for a bus. Do
I ain't. Look,
you know what I
it's
mean?
natural. I don't know what your problem is.
Jeez.
I don't know what your problem is. Anyway,
Jeez.
Chidi, what else have you been playing?
Anyway, Pube Shaving Simulator. I've been
Have you? How
Yeah,
does that
it's
work?
been good.
Is that good?
So I've been playing a game on the phone, on my mobile phone, and you know how I feel
Okay.
about games on the phone. They're not games.
hate 'em.
They're
just
not real
distractions.
games.
However,
However,
I thought I'd mention this one. I'm not going to talk about it very long, but I have been playing it a lot because I've got
Okay.
Apple Arcade,
Okay.
look at you with your Apple phone.
and there's lots of
devices.
great games on Apple Arcade, like What the Golf.
I mean, lots.
yeah,
Really, lots.
What the Golf, Tetris Beat, Sudoku, Crossword Jam. But I tell you what,
Sudoku, listen to you.
but you know what I've been playing a lot of, and it's
What have you been playing?
so basic. It's such a basic bitch
that?
thing. I just
Go
can't
on.
stop playing solitaire. I just can't.
Nah,
I
it's
just can't
good.
Hey,
stop.
Solitaire's a good game. We
I
don't
just
need to hate on Solitaire.
I just can't
The
stop.
world doesn't care about
Look,
Solitaire,
look,
but
there it
we
is. I
should,
just
'cause it's a
opened it.
good
That's my
game.
last game that I was doing before. So
That's
I don't know.
cool.
Anyway, there's nothing else to say about it.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be phone before he a phone. It's not going to be phone.
It's not going to be
Uh,
phone.
It's not going to be
NCP.
phone. It's not going to be long before he has one of those Vision Pros. I'm telling you, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's the future. I can do spatial computing."
Well,
He'll be
just
there
because
with
I've got
one
an
on his
iPhone.
face. Yeah, you're a
I've had
fucking
a-
Apple fanboy.
I'm not. I just like a
Yeah,
good
you-
phone
you're
that
tot-
works.
You're totally an Apple fanboy.
Go back to the Solitaire game you speak of.
No, no.
What kind of
solitaire.
game is it?
You can play
get-
Solitaire and Vision Pro.
Speaking of cards,
Oh, shall we get
Yes,
into
I like the segue. Nice one.
Balaltro? Or
Yes, this
Balatro?
was kind of a
Balatro?
bonus supplementary play my game, bitch.
it was.
Because Stu
Kind
played
of.
it, and then Chinny and I were like, "Well, we're gonna play it."
I said,
So now we're
Chinny,
gonna
you'll
talk
fucking
about-
love this game. Duke,
Ah.
I think
Alright,
you'll like it,
so
but not 100% sure.
Here's the question, Chinny, did you in fact like this game?
Yes.
Yay, Stu was right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it had Chinny written all over it, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I've also purchased it, by the way. I purchased it when it came out on the day it came out.
Purchased it.
Yeah, and I've got to say, right, this I'll tell you a little story.
You
There's a
said
little
you said you never
story.
bought
Ooh, go ahead.
a game full price before.
I
but you
know, I
bought-
bought two this week.
bought
Thinking
two?
about it, yeah, I bought two.
Dude, what the?
I'm gonna
fuck?
tell you a little story because
Okay.
I haven't
Strap
played
in,
it since
kids.
the demo. I've not played it, and then tonight when we got
Yes.
in at probably about 4:30, we went out for a walk today. Went to the beach and had a walk along the beach or whatever. Got home.
That's an important part of the story. Thank God you told us.
It
about
kind of
that.
is. It kind of is because we
Yeah,
got
did
home
you
at
run
half
into any
four.
XQGs?
No. Oh, for God's sake. So we got in at 4:30, and Kay said,
Yes.
"Oh, Millie's looking for a holiday." And Kay said, "Oh, I'll help Millie look for a holiday." So I said, "Oh, that's all right. I'm going to play this Balatro for a little bit, just to, ready for the show
Yeah, no,
tonight.
just,
give it
just,
a little,
just give it 10
give
minutes.
it a little
Just
10 minute
minutes. Just 10
go,
minute
10
flutter.
minute go."
Yeah.
A little bit here. a
I
little
had
bit there.
to force myself to stop playing it to have some tea at 20
Damn.
past 6.
Yeah.
20 past 6. Nearly 2 hours had
Dude.
gone by.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell, this
Yeah.
game is so
This game
addictive. It's
is-
crack.
this
This game
game-
is crack.
is really bad for me right now. As someone who doesn't have a
Oh,
lot of
man.
time, this is dangerous. This game.
2 hours. 2 hours went by and I didn't even notice.
This game, I saw, Bertha Dave from the Seal podcast added this on his wish list, right? And I was like, I might buy him the game because I love it so much.
Yeah,
Right.
so good.
But I feel like that's like giving crack to a drug
It is
addict
an addict. It is.
because
it really
Dave
is.
has a very addictive personality with video games, and like
It's like sticking a rabbit in a field full of carrots in it. You know what? That's
he's
what
just
this
gonna
game
go
is.
mad. You
It
know?
is. It
you
is.
know? So yeah, for people that don't know, it's a roguelike poker game. You play poker hands, but the difference is the jokers and the planet cards and the tarot cards all add little things like multipliers, or if you get more points if you play a club, or you only need 4 cards to make a hand, or if you I don't know, what are some other joker things? There's loads of them, isn't there?
Like one of the jokers I got today was for every joker you don't have in your hand, you get an extra ×5 multiplier.
Yeah, or like
So-
you get a multiplier for every joker you
So-
do have, or something.
So
like
every
that.
time you get another joker in your hand, you get a less multiplier
Yeah.
afterwards.
Well, I
So
got a joker that was the opposite to that. It was like the more jokers you have, which you can have max of 5, the better your
Yeah.
multiplier. So it's like just loads of stuff like that. And I got one where it was like you can skip a card when you're doing a straight.
Yeah.
So like you can, instead of having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you could have 3.
Yeah, that's
5,
one of my
6, 7, 8.
Well, I had the same, but it was flushes, so you only needed 4 cards for a flush.
Yeah. And honestly, the first time I played this, I was on such a great run. I thought this game's fucking easy, right? I played it half an hour just before the show, right? I couldn't get past like fucking Ante 2. I was like, oh my god.
those boss fights fucking fuck you up sometimes.
So yeah, the boss fights. So the
I
boss,
happen to
the
have,
boss
by the
fights-
way, when I talked about the demo, I had the boss fight where every round of cards it blanked another card off. So by the end of the round, you couldn't see any of the cards.
I've had that one. I've had that one.
And it's horrific. I don't know how you do that.
Well, no, I know how you can do it. So boss fights in the game, for the audio listeners, are basically harder battles where you've got a higher score. The score is basically the chips that you earn, like poker chips.
Yeah.
To obtain, but there's always like a fucking weird cacky twist. Like, for example, you've got to play all 5 cards because you don't have to play 5 cards. If you've got a pair, you can play the 2. But sometimes you play a pair and you want to sacrifice a card, so you play the pair and you're like, I'll get rid of that 3 because I don't need a 3 there. So, but one of the boss fights you have to play 5 cards. One of them, what Stu's talking about, is every card that you start with is face up, but when you get new cards, they're face down. And that's really difficult. But I tell you how you work it out, Stu, is because you can sort them by rank and suit. So if you know roughly what they are by where they are, and then what suit they are by, so you can take educated guesses. And I got through it. So I had to. It was luck because I was like, I hope this is a jack. And it was, and I got like a pair of jacks. So
I had a really difficult one today, which was a boss fight. And you had to score 40,000.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, I didn't get past it.
But it was, but the kicker was it was half multiplier and half chips. So whatever you had in your hand, when it totted it up at the end, it halved your multiplier and halved the chips, and it was so fucking difficult.
So difficult.
And another one I had was score 30,000 in one hand. Wow. So it was literally one round. That was it, one round.
So difficult. And you got discards as well, haven't you? So you can discard your
you've really got to have the right jokers to score that kind of amount.
And it does remind me of. I mean, it's very similar in a way to Monster Train, where sometimes you just have that right combination of stuff that makes you feel like you've broke the game, but then at some point the game catches up. Goes,
it fucks you big time.
Yeah, like you feel like, I'm just one of them is like, you only need 1,200 chips, and I'm like, I just scored fucking 8,000 my first go.
Yeah.
And then like you think, I'm just gonna keep winning forever, and then eventually like
you get
catches
you
you
up.
Boss
fight. The boss fight's screwed.
Yeah.
You've just got to be lucky and have the right combination of jokers to do the big scores. I mean, I've what I didn't realize, obviously, there's a couple of things I didn't realize until I played the full game. One of the things I thought you always had to play 5 cards like a proper poker hand. You don't, which I found out today when I realized that you didn't.
No.
And what was the other thing I realized that I didn't when I first played it? I can't remember now. I did have another thing that I was like, I didn't realize you could do that, or that was a thing.
So the other thing, while you're trying to think of that, the other thing that I find interesting is that, which I worked out, was you can level up each hand.
Right.
Do you know about this?
No.
How long have you played this game?
Oh, I played it for about 2 hours tonight.
I've only played it for like 1 hour.
Oh, I've remembered what the other thing was. Is that
not interested in my thing? Right, go on.
No, I was going to say no. It's only because I remember before I forget again.
Just let him. I want to say.
The other thing I like is that there are permanent level ups, which I didn't realize as well. Which are like you can gain 1 hand in your deck, you can gain 1 extra discard and stuff like that, and they're permanent. So that's quite cool.
But you only get 1 of them at each ante.
Yeah.
An ante is basically like an ante is small blind, which is sort of a low score to beat. Big blind, which is a bigger score, and then a boss. That's 1 ante, and then you've got to get to 8 antes or 10 antes or something like that.
Yeah.
And
you unlock more decks as well that have special.
Yeah, and you can have obviously you start with 52 cards, but you can actually have like loads of cards. You can have like 60 or whatever. Stu. So what I meant was you can level up each hand, right? So this is very useful.
I didn't even know you could do this.
So if you go on Run Info, it basically tells you the hand level, right? So, for example, Stu,
Yeah.
you think of some poker hands: high card, pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, right?
Yeah.
So,
Free card, pull
so
out.
they're all each individual hands, right?
Yeah.
And you can go those those planet cards. Did you ever see what they did?
Yeah, some of the planet cards, I can't remember.
That's what
now.
they do. So they level up a particular hand. So you can say, so Mercury levels up a pair. So every time you get a pair, you level up to level 2, and now you get more points and a better multiplier for that. So if you get up to level 4 or 5, a pair sometimes is better than a flush, because you're like, fuck the flush. I'm gonna get fucking $5,000 if I get a pair. So it's almost like in poker, a royal flush is the most valuable, but a flush is like it dicks the 3 of a kind or a pair or 2 pair. So you have to. Sometimes some poker hands outrank other poker hands because you've ranked them up in the process. And I thought that was really clever, really.
Yeah,
cool.
no, I've been doing stuff like that. I have been using the tarot cards and the planet cards and all that kind of stuff. And like some of the cool ones are like the ones that'll change. Say like it'll make 3 random cards into diamonds, so you can get a flush or a running flush and things like that.
But those are your tarot cards. That you want to level up your hands. That you want to,
because
those are permanent changes to your deck, basically. So yeah, it's really good. It's really simple, but also complex at the same time.
It's very deep, but there's
very
a lot
addictive.
of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. And what I found is quite frustrating sometimes, but in a good way. Sometimes you've got a hand of jokers and you're fully jokered out. And then 2 jokers will come up and you'll be like, oh, that's quite good. I like the sound of that one. And then you're like, I don't know which one to swap.
You've got to get rid of one. You got to get rid of one.
I like all the ones that I've already got, and I don't really want to sell any of those.
The way you advance in this game is to not get precious. I don't think you just got to.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, one of my favorite. There's a couple of jokers I like a lot. I like the ones that multiply. The multiplier on odds and evens. They're both really good ones to have in your hand.
They're good. Yeah.
Really good to have in your hand. And also, there's one that does a random multiplier. So it's sort of just a random number, and sometimes it might be times 30, and other times it might be times 2 or whatever. And that's quite a cool one because sometimes you can get fucking massive multipliers if you've got that in your hand, combined with all the other stuff that's going on.
No.
And I had one today, which was you got poker chips for every unused card in the deck.
Yeah.
So you'd have like 100 extra chips on top of your score or whatever, which was again very useful.
And also, what I like about it is just like the layout of it, the interface. I like the CRT filter that it has. I like the fact when you hover over a card, it sort of wobbles according to where your cursor is. Little things. Little touches.
It's really.
Of the UI.
This is just a one guy developer, by the way. This
Yeah,
is just made by one dude.
Yeah.
I think what's kind of interesting, I'm watching the video on screen, and this must be an old version of it because it does not look like this anymore.
No,
when you're in the shop. The shop's completely different now.
Yeah. Well, this was uploaded 8 months ago. So.
Well, that explains why it's so different now. Yeah.
Different.
So
Duke,
good though.
Duke,
so good.
Yes, I'm here.
Did you play this game?
I did. I recognize the variety of things, and ultimately, I think it's a roguelike, and roguelikes aren't for me.
Well, roguelikes aren't for me. I hate roguelikes, but I love this.
I know, but you love card games, and I'm not as crazy about card games as you. So, there's that. I think a roguelike needs to be very compelling to make you want to dive right back in when you get done with a run. And I don't know.
I feel this is totally itches that scratch. I think there's no doubt about it.
More power to you.
I think the difference.
I don't feel that way about it.
You know why I don't think I'm not a big roguelike person or roguelite, whichever you want to say. I'm not a massive fan, but I think because of the nature of the randomness of poker anyway, I don't think it kind of matters because it is kind of random, isn't it? It's luck. It's all about luck.
It can be, yeah. Well, but it's also, I mean, when you're actually playing poker, you're not really playing your cards. You're playing the person across from you.
Yeah.
This is different from that. This has the same basic setup in terms of like you want 3 of a kind, you want a straight or whatever, but you are playing against the randomness of it, and you're playing with the jokers and trying to, it's got a meta game on top of a meta game, which is fine. I just couldn't get into it.
But I do think you can stack the deck in your favor. Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
sure.
And that's part of the fun of it, I
Right.
suppose, is
Right.
you can bend things more to yourself. Although, like Chinny says, even when you think you're fucking pissing it,
Yeah.
it
Eventually
will
gets you.
it will catch up with you and sort of give you something that's almost impossible to do. But you think, right, and what also is quite interesting, when you have a really good run, you unlock loads of new jokers, and it'll say,
Yeah.
oh, you've unlocked this, unlock this, unlock this. So you know there's better stuff coming, and you're gonna get further. I mean, I don't know what the most rounds you did, Chinny. I think the most I did was about 18. I did about 18
I can't remember
rounds.
because I was, you know what I did was I was looking for that. I was like, I wonder how many rounds I've done. What's my record, right?
And I think the highest hand I had was about 9,000.
Well, what I did was I accidentally reset my profile.
All right, okay.
So it's wiped all my progress.
All your stats.
Yeah, so like all the jokers I unlocked and everything is gone. So,
Oh no.
So I've had to start again. But I've only been playing it for about an hour and a bit. So.
But yeah, I do think, even though it's got a random nature, I do think it's going to get easier to score higher. But then obviously you will get further. But it's
Well,
just
some
gonna
people have
take
been
time.
scoring like 1 million with one.
Oh
hand.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's nuts.
But I love it. I think it's what, 11 quid. It's
12. It's 12 quid now.
Whatever it is, it's the easiest 12 quid
Yeah,
I've ever
12
spent.
quid. It is pretty no brainer for.
Yeah,
for
and
me.
I think this is going to be on a lot of people's game of the
I feel
years
like
list.
I feel like you by hearing the term roguelike poker game, if that's set like, because someone said that to me, I can't remember who it was, but someone recommended this game to me. I can't remember. He had long hair and like a goatee that looked like a beard.
Yeah.
So he said poker roguelike game, right? This mysterious person. To me, I instantly go, oh, yeah, I'm interested. But if you, or someone says, oh, I like roguelikes, give this one a go. But I feel like if you don't get attracted to this game because of that term, roguelike poker game, then I don't know if you're going to like it, really. But yeah, everybody's playing this at the moment. All the cool people are anyway.
All the cool people.
Yeah, cool people.
But yeah, I just think this guy's done, and this is what we. I mean, and we talk about this quite a lot though with these games that just kind of come out of nowhere.
Everybody's like, I'm looking forward to like the big AAA or the quad A games like Skull and Bones. Like, did you see that, by the way, when Ubisoft said Skull and Bones is so.
Quadruple A.
It's a quadruple A game.
What the fuck?
So people are like,
about?
oh my god, you know. But then out of fucking nowhere, one person will be like, oh, I've just been making this for the last 5 years. Like, what do you think? And he's polished it to the nth degree.
12 quid.
Releases it for 12 quid, and it's just like everybody's playing it. And then, to a certain extent, like Power World, everybody knew Power World was coming Pokemon with guns. Everybody saw the announcement.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, that looks stupid. And
This is only off, can I say? This is currently, right? It's only been out, less than a week.
Yeah.
And it's players. I think the most playing it at once was something like 280,000 or something like that people.
Yeah.
And it was only something like 30,000 off the or it sold so many. I don't know. I can't remember if it sold or concurrent players or whatever. But it was only 30,000 off Slay the Spire's most amount that they ever played.
There you go.
So
And I think the fact that it is poker, it must mean something, because everybody understands cards, I suppose, or most people do. Like, not poker hands, but if you're looking at cards, you're like, oh, I sort of get cards, or I like cards, or I used to play cards, so it sort of like triggers something, I think. And then all you've got to know about poker is like what the hands are. You don't have to know what the rank is of the hands.
No.
You don't have to know that a flush beats a straight. You just need to know what the hands are.
How many points it makes.
But also, the game does a great job of telling you if you've got it right. So it's like, that is a flush, you can play that. Because it tells you on the left, oh, that's a high card.
Yeah.
So
or straight or whatever.
Yeah. So you don't really the barrier is pretty low.
I think as well. What I've noticed, the more I played it, the quicker I played my hands. The more I played it, the quicker I saw.
Honestly,
them. I
turn the music off. I listened to Spotify while playing this. I was rapping along to playing this game. I was having a fucking great time. I was
it's
loving
such a good game.
Loving it.
It is definitely going to be up there. And it's just crack. It literally is crack.
Yeah, I want to play it now.
Yeah,
But I
do.
have to do this stupid show.
Fucking stupid show.
Stupid show game.
Fucking show.
Can I say that's a great thing about the Steam Deck? Can I just say because you can just
Sorry.
you can just put it into sleep mode and it you can be halfway through a round.
I'm surprised the Steam Deck can play this.
Yeah.
So funny.
Oh, can we mention the other thing as well that it's 60 meg?
Yeah, there's nothing, is there?
It's
There's
60
hardly
meg.
anything. Yeah, it's
Can
nothing.
you believe that a game in 2024 that's 60
Yeah.
meg is shitting over everything else?
It took 30 seconds to download.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
What
it
the
literally did.
fuck?
So good. So good. Can't
60
recommend
meg.
it enough.
I've got a JPEG that's bigger than that.
Yeah. That's like nearly the same size as a regular email with a photograph on it.
Fucking hell. 60 meg, man.
It is.
What
It is.
the fuck?
In fact, if you sent an email with say 2 or 3 photos on or a bit of a video,
This game could have been.
it would be bigger. It would be bigger
This
than
game
this
could have been made in the fucking 90s.
ZX Spectrum. This would have
Like,
run on.
incredible.
Oh
Incredible.
yeah, so good. Oh, the other great thing as well, by the way, is you can skip all the tutorials at the beginning, which obviously I knew how to play it, so I just skipped everything, and I was in playing the main game within about a minute, less than a minute. I didn't have to read any more tutorials; it just let me skip all that shit.
There we are.
So it values your time, man. It thinks, oh yeah, you might have already played the demo, so you don't need to learn again. So all good. Yeah,
Really
it's
remarkable innovation. Yeah. All right, so we're done with that game then.
Wow.
Sorry, it was only 45 minutes that you had to talk
Oh,
about. I didn't mean to
I'm
cut
sorry you
off.
didn't like it much, Duke. What can I say?
I don't mind. It's fine. I'm not sad. I'm just saying we should. There
Bit
are other
salty.
games
I think there's
we
a bit
can
of
talk about.
saltiness there. I'm just saying.
All right, let's move on. Stop it. Right, okay. Next video game.
Next
Yes.
video game.
So there's a free game out there called Sheepy: A Short Adventure, and the reviews on Steam were overwhelmingly positive. One of them I read said, "How is this free?" And it's very well designed. You can see where I'm headed with this. It's actually a good game. It's just that you don't have a lot of combat options. Most of what you're doing is running away. You're a little sheep, and it's a 2D game. They're trying to be Limbo. It's this desolate scientific area. It's like if Limbo and Portal 2 got together and made a world that is, very big and empty, and there's all these notes about, like, if you're reading this, everyone's dead, get out now, and all this stuff. Yeah. And you don't have a lot of options to fight. A lot of it is just, barely jumping to the platform in time while things are blowing up around you and stuff. And, the animations are cute and the visuals are very well done.
Looks
and
a little bit
you're
like
very vulnerable.
Another World, but you're a sheep.
Yeah,
would you
there's
say?
part of that mixed in too, because Limbo was obviously derived from Another World. So, but at one point, like, it switches up. Like, you get this, I don't remember what it was because it was been a couple of weeks that I played it, but you have this, you get some kind of power, and it's just suddenly you're just racing across the screen, and it's just like boom, 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 and you jump at just the right time, and you're soaring over huge chasms, and it's very satisfying to suddenly be going very quickly. But then you get to this boss fight, and I know what you're thinking. Limbo, Another World, boss fight. What? Yeah. Well, there's this dude that's jumping at you and hitting the ground with some kind of electric spear, and it electrifies the ground. So you need to be jumping on one of the edges of the screen that's not going to be hit by the electricity. And then he comes over to that area, and you jump back to this area, and you have to do it a certain number of times. And then there's this wall that shows up, and you run at the wall with your super fast power, and then you break through the wall and you hit him. And so it clearly, takes a chunk of his health or whatever. And there's no health bar, so you're just kind of guessing that it takes a chunk of his health. And then there's a point where you do that, and then, like, but when you touch him, you die.
Okay.
So it's like you're supposed to hit him once with that power, and then the next time you do, you die. So it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And to be honest, I tried it like 15 times, and I reached a point where I was like, okay, I can't figure this out, and I'm not trying to spend my whole day doing this.
This game, I'm done.
I was like,
Oh, that's a shame. 'Cause it looks really
it was a
good. Like
shame.
it looks so
It's-
polished and
There's a lot about it that's well done.
Yeah.
The aesthetics are polished, but again, like it just, I don't know. Maybe I gave up too easily, but I get 15 times. Like that's not giving up quickly, right? I really did
Yeah,
try.
no, you gave it a go.
Gave it a
15
good
times is a lot of
shake.
go.
And I mean, maybe I should have looked up a video or something. But if I guess I feel like if I have to look up a video, like, that's a bad
fail.
sign.
Yeah, the
right?
game's failed. Yeah.
So whatever, it is what it is. Other people might find it more fun. It might be more obvious to other people what you're supposed to do.
It does
I
look
did not
cute. I must
enjoy-
admit, I'm looking at it. Yeah,
It is very
it
cute.
looks
yeah.
pretty good.
I wanted to like it. Like the whole time I'm playing it, I'm like, all right, this is cute. This is well done. This is interesting. But I think it's a little obtuse in terms of like what you're supposed to do. So
Yeah, but then a lot of these puzzle platformers aren't they, on purpose?
well, that's the thing is that the best elegant platformers or the puzzle games that have the most elegance are the ones that lead you to it. They point kind of just a hint of like, do this, go over here, do that. And this one at no point does that. So that's frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, even at the end of Limbo, when you get to the proper difficult puzzles at the end, I did scratch my head for a bit, I must admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's a shame.
So
It's a
that's
shame.
Sheepy Short Adventure.
Looks good.
Yep.
Looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep.
Rightio.
It's not Balatro, though, is it?
No, it's not Balatro for sure. That was calling
ready for the play my game,
for
bitch?
quite a long while.
Yes,
Yeah, I
you
was
are.
going to say, shall we do that?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, bitch! Congratulations, here's your chicken dinner.
Why do I have chicken now?
I
What
didn't mean to play that instead, but
it works.
I
It works.
accidentally-
What is your two's history with Contra? Well, our game this year.
Oh, Contra
this
was
week
the
is,
game back in the day.
Contra Operation. Was it?
Beluga.
Galuga. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's your what's your history
yeah.
with it?
Yeah, Contra. I loved Contra. We had it on the NES, and we used to play it for hours, especially because it was one of the first games I remember. I mean, Super Mario Brothers obviously was true about that. You know, the idea of like we're going to continue, and like this game that I had tried in the arcade, now I can actually finish it.
Yeah, keep
which
going.
was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 2D shoot 'em up, learning the patterns of where enemies are going to spawn and so forth.
Yeah.
Bullet hell, kind of.
So
Yeah.
so my history with Contra was the SNES one wasn't really into, but in the UK, Super Contra was called Super Probotector. There's a different
Right.
name. It's because in Germany they used to have very strict rules about shooting stuff and humans shooting stuff. So like they changed the rules on what you could do. So they changed the main characters from humans to robots. So you were Super Probotector.
Right.
Exact same game other than your robots.
Yeah.
And I loved Super Probotector so much. I could play that game off by heart. I love it so much. Played it a lot. So yeah, going into this, it was nice. I thought. I feel like most people might not like it or appreciate it because it is a little bit like long-winded because they have cutscenes and voices now and stuff.
They
When
do.
you get in-
There's like 20 characters in that
Yeah,
first cutscene.
yeah,
like there's the director of the place who's like, "There's a terrorist group who's just attacked this area."
Then another
You have to
doctor
go
comes
find
in,
out."
and then a professor. I'm like, who
Hey,
are the-"
look for the special glowing things. Our weapons system is. There's a lot of NQGs.
Yeah, it's
in
like,
this
how many
game.
people are on this call? Like, fuck me. But yeah,
Right.
once you get into the contouring,
The meat of it.
The actual fighting. Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
They
It's
did it pretty
good.
well.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
very similar, but it also has enough for it to be
New stuff.
So you can, for
Right,
example,
different kinds of guns
So
and-
Contra is a side-scrolling shmup, right? But like they have a mode where if you press the left trigger, you have this like cool unlock where if you got the spread
Yeah.
gun, it just sort of fires bullets fucking everywhere for a while, and like
Yeah.
other things. So
But,
like,
but you then give up that spread.
yeah,
gun.
then you sacrifice.
So it's
that,
an ultimate
that
attack, but
Yeah.
you go back to a
I
basic
like that.
gun.
I
But you
like
can
that.
switch two guns out. Yeah, it's an interesting new mechanic. I mean, this is the latest in a series of gaming renovations that started with, I feel like Pac-Man was the first that did it, where they're like, okay, let's just do a new version of the classic game, but like times 100. Like let's just put, Tetris, we're gonna have 17 things falling, and it can work, right? Centipede, they did it,
They have tried
I was-
with Contra for a long time. There was Contra 4 was on the DS. There was Contra games
Okay.
on the PlayStation. You know, they have tried to revitalize Contra a few times,
Yeah, sure.
but never to
I was
the
just
degree of
surprised-
success of what Super Contra.
Yeah. I was surprised that there was no point in the original. There's a way you can get double shooting, and I was
Yeah.
surprised that they didn't have that here because
Yeah.
you know I have fond memories of getting one of my ships taken, and then you have the double shooting after you free that ship
Yeah. That was a feature.
because it was in
yeah.
the original Galaga double ship. This game is called Operation Galuga, which is one letter away from Galaga.
Oh,
So the
I
joke
see
that I
what you're
made was
saying.
about the double shit. You get the
I can see why those kids. I can see why those kids didn't laugh. So the,
yeah.
no, but wow,
Wow.
Wow, we went there,
Wow.
we went there, dude.
Yeah.
one thing that I
Okay,
like
that's
about
awesome joke. Shame on all
Look,
of you.
what
I thought it, but I didn't say it.
no, I didn't even get it.
Yeah.
One thing that I liked about Contra was that it sort of the NES version and the Super Nintendo version did this, where it constantly changed perspective. So you think you're playing a
Yeah.
side-scrolling
Yeah,
side-scrolling
and then it was
shooter,
like 3D
and then all of a
going
sudden,
forward
like,
thing,
and this is back in bloody '92 or whatever. All of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden it turns into a 3D game. It's still 2D, but you're shooting down the screen, like as
Yeah.
in like deep, on the Z axis,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
in Super Nintendo,
which was revolutionary at the time.
yeah, and in Super Contra or Super Pro Protector, there was top-down levels, and you shoot in different
Yeah.
ways, and that was like a big feature. And then you were on bikes and all sorts of stupid mad shit, and you climbing things and jumping around, and also there's double jump in this one.
There is double jump. There is
Yeah.
double jump.
So, but that like, so I'd be keen to know, like, okay, what are they going to do in the final game that's going to be like, now we're doing a level where we're changing the perspective. So I'd be interested in a modern take on that. I think this is absolutely fine. Do I think it's going to win Game of the Year awards? Absolutely not. Do I think it's going to be? It's quite difficult. Do I think it's going to be quite frustratingly hard? Probably yes. But yeah, I mean, it is what you want out of a Contra game: modern, cool co-op, female characters now, because we're
Yep.
we're in modern era.
And
so-
it looks. Can we
Yeah,
just
but
say?
why?
Why?
Can we just say it looks good?
Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah.
It does look good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Can I just clarify? I have no issues with female characters in games. I have never had an
I
issue with
know
female
we're
characters in
we're
games.
just joking at you.
Yeah, it's getting a bit old now, though. It's getting a bit old,
Yes,
Duke.
it is.
Your
Yes, it
joke,
is.
your
Well,
normal
hey,
jokes. Can I just say your normal jokes aren't funny, and neither are your jokes about lesbians
Oh
either.
jeez.
So-
We've got sound bites. We've got sound bites that reference memes that have long gone, right? So if you want to talk about old jokes, then this,
yes.
this podcast is
Right.
it.
Okay. Moving on. Anything else to say about shoot 'em up Contra Galaga?
I liked it.
No, I thought it was pretty good. I
liked
liked it too.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
it was good. Yeah, it's quite difficult.
liked it
but
too.
I
Two
think-
thumbs up, one thumb down.
Did anybody beat
all
the
good.
final boss?
No, did I balls? I didn't even get that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got killed far too many times, and I was like,
I reached the
"Yeah,
point-
It's
yeah.
fun, but I'm done with it."
Oh right. No, I
Yeah.
got to the final boss. The final boss is the best boss in the demo. Is really cool. It's like a big. It's like the Queen alien in Aliens.
All right, okay.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Cool.
Very good. Contra Operation
very good.
Galuga.
Beluga, yeah,
Okay.
Galuga.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking of beluga caviar. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there you go.
Pass
Yeah,
the
it
toast
was
points.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Oh, is this the final boss
This is the
coming
final.
up now?
Yeah, I'll let you see it. But
I was close to this, by the way. I did get very close to this, but I didn't get this far.
yes. Big
yeah,
alien
nice.
ant thing, So
Yeah,
It does look pretty cool.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's enough of that. We're just watching a video now. So
Yeah, we are.
Right.
Just watched. Sorry.
All right, are we doing more games or are we gonna wrap it up here? Move on.
Yeah, I haven't got anything. Oh no, I have. No, sorry, I have got something I did want to talk
Go ahead.
about.
not a
Shoot away.
stupid
Uh,
fucking driving game. is it?
Because obviously Pacific Drive came out this week. Also, it's been a busy week. It's been a busy week, people.
Bloody busy
I mean,
week.
it's been a busy.
I can say I paid full price for this as well.
Oh
what
my
is going
God.
on?
Have you won the
What the
lottery,
hell-
Stu?
I know. What the hell is happening? I keep forgetting how many games I've bought though in the last
No,
few
that's
weeks.
That's a slippery slope,
I know,
isn't it?
yeah.
Stuart?
So Pacific Drive, yes. So this game came out. And yeah, again, I whizzed through the opening sequence of this game, but did something, can I just say, and I don't have to admit to this, but I did something very stupid.
Ooh,
Right.
go
I
on.
didn't do something bad, but acted very
Play
stupid
it more?
because no. So right at the very beginning of the game, and I did this fine in the demo. Why the fuck I didn't do it in the full game is anyone's guess. But when you first get to the vehicle, the wheel's missing, right?
Yeah.
And your first task is to put the wheel on from outside. So you go outside and you highlight the wheel and it's left bumper. Now, for
Okay.
whatever reason, when I played the demo, I sort of realized it was pressing the hold to pick it up. But because I played the demo and then carried on playing it for a while, when you pick up anything else in the game, you just press it once quickly
Right.
and it picks up all the shit that you've made. And I forgot about the pressing and holding thing. So I'm clicking it and I'm clicking it. I'm like, why is it not picking it up? It's not picking it up. Why is it not picking it up? I don't know what's happening here. Why is it not doing it? So I goes into the
Game's
control
broke. The
settings.
game's broke.
The game's fucking broke. I'm Googling it. Why can't I pick the tire
Do
up?
you,
Oh
do you
my
know
God.
about Google at your age, Stu?
I know. And then I'm swapping the controller for a different button, see if that'd make any difference. Still not picking it up. And I don't know what made me realize, but as I sort of was doing it, I must have pressed it for a slightly longer. And I saw the little bar start going across. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And I've been doing this for about 15 minutes. I'd sort of turned it off, turned it back on again, looked if there was any updates. I'm just like, what is going on?
No, I don't want to make any more old man jokes, but I mean, Jesus
Oh,
Christ. Stu.
mate. I know.
Those
Anyway.
jokes are those jokes are pretty old.
Exactly. Anyway, that being said, I'm not that much further than I was when I played the demo, to be fair. I've done my second outing into the zone, so I've done a second go into the zone. And the second one didn't go as well as the first one, shall we say. So the sort of the introductory ones makes it pretty easy for you, because when you get the place where you need to get out, it's fairly close. It's fairly close to where you sort of do the set it going. In the second zone, it's slightly more difficult, and I got to be fair, it was a little bit like Burnout Paradise.
Right.
I kind of got a little bit lost, and I'm like, and when I thought I was heading towards the bit where you had to get out, I was heading away from it, and all this fucking shit's going down, right? So there was like electrical pylon things coming out of the ground. Then they were electrocuting the car, which then made it go slower and damaged it. And then there was sort of these things that pop up that are like turrets that just lift you up into the air and then drop you back down and again damage the car. And I'll be honest, when I finally it was in the middle of a forest, the exit. So I had to drive through all these trees and I was sliding all over the fucking place. And it's like PUBG. So all the freaking thing, the map's closing in on you, right?
Yeah.
And if you get trapped in that, it fucks you big time.
Big time.
So I'm trying to drive away from this thing that's all closing in. And I got through all these trees, and I'm not kidding you. I got into the light and it spat me out at the other end. So it's like a teleporter. When you get into the light, it spits you back at the garage.
Mm-hmm.
My car was fucking fucked.
Mashed.
I mean, it was smashed. All the panels were damaged. One of the tires was like flat. Honestly, it looked like it had been through the walls, like someone had been at it with a sledgehammer. And I'm like, and then you have to fix it all up again before you can even think of going out again in it. But I think that's part of the fun. I don't know what to say. So part of the fun is like, oh God, I've got to fix all this shit before I can even think about going on another run now. So all that shit you picked up on the run, you then have to use to craft all new bits for your car to fix it.
How many hours in it on this one?
Again, not far. I'm probably about 4 or 5 hours, but it's about 50 hours long, apparently. It takes about 50 hours to complete the story. But I'm liking the characters. I like all the stuff that's going on. The woman's very funny. It's still weird that you don't talk.
Yeah.
Or don't even say stuff back to her, even if she can't hear you. You know what I mean? It's just a bit odd, like,
bit odd.
Oh, you silly bitch, what are you doing? Who do you think you're talking to? Or anything. I don't know. It's just a bit odd. But
What
she's
if you could
so
talk and at
funny.
the end she just goes, what a stupid bitch.
Yeah.
But
she's
that's like Saints Row,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
one or
Saints
two.
Row, one.
He only
One.
talks.
One.
Was it one? Yeah.
But she has some really funny lines. You know, she's a funny woman. You like I limped back, and she's like, you made it back alive. Well, I'd have never guessed that. You know what I mean? She's proper like cutting all the time. Like it's just like giving you shit constantly.
Give you shit.
And yeah, I ran myself over as well. I
She
managed
should
to
give
do
you
that.
shit about that.
Yeah, I managed to run myself over because I forgot to put it in park on a hill, and I went to stick something in my boxes in the back, and it rolled over me, and then I got an achievement for running myself over,
Oh dear.
which I kind of liked. I
Alright.
like the fact that it acknowledges that you're stupid enough to run yourself over. The other thing you can do, which I managed to do as well, is you can, if you're too close to the car when you go in, like doing anything in the engine, and you shut the hood, you hit yourself on the head with the bonnet
That's
as
cool. I
as
like
it
that.
sort of comes down. So it's a very physical game. It sort of it acknowledges where you are in the world, and shit can hit you and hurt you and stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed as well, it's kind of like you want to leave the engine running all the time, but all the time you leave the engine running. So if you get out to investigate a building, if you leave the engine running, then you can obviously if something happens, you can get back in and drive off quickly.
Yeah.
But also it's running the battery and the fuel down all the time.
Of course.
So you've got to kind of balance all this stuff that's
Well,
going
how
on.
hard is it to shut the engine down though?
It is, well, everything's physical, so you have to highlight it and then press the R button to turn the key.
Stop being lazy.
I know. So turn the key. Same, you've got to put it in drive and park. I've now got a handbrake, so you can do handbrake turns in the world, so that's kind of fun.
So proud of your
So-
handbrake, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm proud of my handbrake. You've really got a plan. I'm guessing as the game goes on, you've got to plan a lot more when you're going out on a run, especially apparently there's more dangerous areas of the world. So you've got to make sure you've got all the shit you need crafted before you set off. Because even though you can craft stuff whilst you're out there, because you've got a portable crafting table in the back of the car, it takes time. Everything takes time. And
Ain't that the truth?
And I made the mistake of stashing all my shit back at the garage. So when I was back in on my the second run, I had nothing to craft with. So I had to then find stuff to craft new stuff. And I was like, yeah, I didn't prepare very well for my second run out at all. How the hell I got back in one piece is anyone's guess, can I just say? This runs, by the way, pretty well. I think they've done quite a lot of optimization
On
since
the
I played
Steam
the
Deck?
demo. Yeah, it runs pretty well on the Steam Deck. Looks pretty good. I've got it on medium settings, and it looks fine.
So
and
you're happy with buying these games and running them on medium settings, are you?
I am, yes, I'm fine with that. And the thing is, on a little screen, it doesn't make that. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. It still looks fine.
So you just buy one of those magnifying glasses for the Game Boy. Just whack that on there.
The light it up. No job,
You'll be
no problems.
fine.
Be fine. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this. And it's weird, right? Because I've never hit 30 frames a second, but it looks fine. It doesn't look like it's running slow or there's any issues. So I thought it's some sort of voodoo. I don't know why that is. Because it's most of the time it's around 25, 26 frames a second.
Oh my god.
I know. But it looks like it looks on this video you're watching. It doesn't look like it's not running well. It looks fine. So I don't know what is going on, because it shouldn't really look that smooth, but it looks fine.
Unplayable.
It's unplayable. But yeah, it's really, really good. I love it. I'm sort of enjoying it.
Nice.
But I know it's going to be tedious and it's going to take a long time to finish.
Your type of game, though, isn't it?
Totally my type of game, yeah. Yeah. I think, like I said, I kind of agree with the reviews.
Which are...
People saying it's a crafting game for people who don't like crafting games.
You said that last week.
Yeah, that's what
claimed it as your own.
I didn't. I said I'd read it. I did read it somewhere.
I think we
And
need to... Let's play that back, Duke.
I kind of agree.
What I want
with
you
it.
to do is go through the whole episode last week and find that clip.
find where I said it.
I'll get right on it.
Get right on it. I feel like it is that though. It does feel like it is complex, and there's a lot of fucking systems to learn because there's a lot of stuff that does a lot of stuff.
Wow. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's break that down.
There's a lot of stuff that does a lot of stuff.
How do you
But
keep
once-
coming up with these absolute bangers?
I know. But once you've got your head around the basics, it's just all the more complicated shit that you've got to work out.
It's like brain surgery.
Yeah, like for instance, right? I'm missing a headlight on the car.
I wonder if
and
she's
it's on-
listening to me. I don't know.
I know. I'm listening to. I've got a headlight to repair. No idea how you do that. It's not on the crafting list, so I don't think I can craft one at the moment. I've no idea where I get a new headlight from. So
Just
Yeah.
find it.
I know maybe that's what I've got to do. I don't know where that new headlight's coming from.
Just find it somewhere.
But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying the game at the moment. I like slapping paste on it to fix it. Don't know
Yeah.
why.
Cool.
So there you go. There you
Lovely.
go.
All right.
Lovely.
Lovely.
And that's it for me.
Alright.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
So
What's
yeah,
next?
shall-
Emails?
let's do some emails. Yes, indeed, do.
Okay.
Whoa, that ruled.
So first email this evening is from Tainted Brain, and he says, "Howdy, howdy, hi."
Howdy, 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 hi.
In a Robin Williams style voice. Good morning, veteran gamers, or something like that. isn't
Good
it?
morning.
How are things?
Fine.
Great.
I just finished the Iki Island DLC for Ghost of
Ooh.
Tsushima.
Very good. Very good.
Loved the original, and to be honest, I loved this too.
Good. Correct.
The
answer.
graphics are too pretty to look at.
Too pretty. Correct.
Great action scenes and a story that seemed to have been written just for me.
Yep.
Dealing with the loss of a father and also being unable to forgive oneself, the story caught me off guard. Was not expecting that at all. So there you go. It's resonated.
Yeah.
Resonated.
That's good. It's great.
Um,
Icky Island is brilliant. Yeah.
Icky Island. It sounds like something like, you know, when someone
Gets
doesn't
the
like
ick.
someone and they get the ick.
Yeah.
We got the Icky
No, it's
Island.
it's icky. There's like just sticky stuff everywhere.
Icky Island.
Yeah.
I've started Ratchet and Clank.
What's that, brother?
Yeah. I've started Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart, but I've never really liked these games. I'm a few hours in and still hoping that I'll finally like one. So I'm guessing
Ratchet and
it's
Clank,
still
man, that's the
struggling.
bollocks. They've
Struggling.
got one of them on Steam. Is that the one that's on Steam, I think? Because I wouldn't mind having that. Those games are ace.
Those games are ace. I wanted to ask you guys, what one TV show do you like, but the TV show never became a hit? So no one really knows about it.
Oh, yep, I got it.
Okay, go on.
A show called Utopia.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people know about it. Just because you've seen it doesn't mean it's fucking-
I've seen
There's a
Utopia.
show. There's a show called Utopia. It came out, I think it was about 2016, 17. It was on Channel 4. It was British. There was 2 seasons of it, and then it got cancelled. There was going to be an American version of it, which made me excited. I was sad that the British one was cancelled. The soundtrack's amazing. The plot's amazing. The problem is, the plot is about somebody releasing a virus to cause a pandemic.
Awkward.
Yeah, and
It
then
did.
that cancelled the American show because that was
They
due to
could-
come out in
can I just
2020.
can I just say the American show was made, Chinny, so you're wrong
Oh, right.
in
I didn't
that
know it was.
perspective. They made one season of the American show, and the UK show was finished. It ended.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It got cancelled.
No, it didn't.
It got cancelled.
No, it didn't
It got
because
cancelled.
because the weird dude
Cancelled.
at the fucking end
Cancelled.
releases the virus and it
Cancelled.
finished.
No.
I watched it. It ended.
I watched
ended.
it.
It fucking ended. It
got-
ended.
All right.
The
I'll
story
end
was
you if you
done.
keep saying that.
The fucking story was done. You're wrong.
Oh, right.
You are. You're
Yeah.
totally wrong on 2 counts because the American show got made and the fucking British one ended as the story was done. So you need to get your facts straight before you start talking about shit, Chinny. That's
Carry
what
on.
I'm saying.
Keep going.
But yes, my mate told me about this, funnily enough, and he said, "Hey, Stu, have you seen Utopia? It's just like the fucking pandemic. Now you need to watch it." So I did, and I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." But yeah, the ending was great because it ends with the weird dude taking over the scientist people, and he kills them, doesn't he? He kills everyone. So yeah, it did end. Sorry, Chinny, you're wrong.
So on Wikipedia, it says
Yeah.
cancellation. Utopia was cancelled by Channel 4 on the 12th of August 2014. Then there's a statement.
But the story was done, as far as
But
I'm
there was
concerned.
another fucking series, mate.
I don't know.
It was
done.
cancelled.
It was fucking
It
done.
wasn't done because the guy who becomes the
Well,
leader,
done.
he was going to get taken. There was another season of story. It says on there, Utopia was cancelled by Channel 4 to make a new drama. It was
Dunno.
cancelled.
I can only say it felt done.
So
to
you
me.
just no, okay. So what's happened is you just
No,
corrected.
you didn't get your
You-
facts right, Chinny.
you
yeah,
just
get
cor-
facts
so
right,
no,
Chinny.
no, no.
Wikipedia's wrong.
Let's
Anyone
just-
So
can
you have your
edit
facts
that.
right. We don't care about the facts.
Anyone can edit Wikipedia, as we know. It felt
So what?
done. I'm
Just
just
so
saying
so
it
so
felt done.
so that's what's
Well
really
done.
interesting. It's what's really interesting is Stu just laid down the law, said you are wrong. It was not
Yes,
cancelled.
get your
Then I just
facts right.
told him the facts, and he went, "It felt done." Completely changed
felt
his
done.
stance.
It was done. I said it felt
And
done.
then it
though.
becomes
No, you said it
Wikipedia's
was
not
done.
reliable.
Hey, can we just say though, was there?
Now
an
he's
American
glossing
version?
over it. He's not even.
Was there an
he's-
American version one,
Yeah,
mate?
of course
Chitty?
not. What do you
really
want him
not.
to admit
Can
that
you
he was
confirm
wrong?
about the American one though? Can you just
So now he's focusing on the thing that he did get right. Have you noticed that?
Ah,
So now he
Of
laid
course.
down the law, right? And he's gone.
Ah.
You were wrong in 2 accounts. You're so
Oh,
wrong.
you're wrong on one count.
Right, and now he's like,
Um,
let's just focus on the thing that I did get right, and just not focus on the 50% of the time that I was wrong. So I'm not even going to look about the American one because you were wrong, and you haven't admitted it yet. But
and
you were
I'm
wrong.
also right as well.
See, this is what I'm dealing with. You were wrong. It was
By the way, you are.
cancelled.
Can I say you are right on one thing though?
It was cancelled.
It was good. It was really good.
It's brilliant. And it was
It was really
cancelled.
good. It was
Because I
really,
remember
really good.
seeing a season 3 being announced, and then it was cancelled.
Yeah, you see, that's the problem with watching it well after the fact.
I watched it bang on.
No, I know you did. I didn't know. I watched it in 2021 or 2022. So I was miles behind it. So obviously I never knew there was meant to be a third season. And when I watched it, it seemed done to me.
Was
It seemed
not
like
done.
that was it.
There was
No, but
so many
no.
open things left.
Oh, I don't know whether there was. I kind
There
of liked
was.
it.
There
I
was
kind of liked the
so
ending.
many
I
things
thought,
left
yeah,
to do.
It felt done to me.
But anyway,
Anyway.
if somebody wanted to
Felt
watch
done.
that show,
It felt fun.
Utopia,
It
the
was better
British
than the
one.
ending of Lost.
the British one,
Everything is
even-
better than the
even
ending
though
of
it was-
Lost, for God's sake.
even
A
though it
dog
was-
shitting on a cat is better than the ending of
even though
Lost.
it was cancelled, it's still worth a watch. I would still watch it and recommend it because it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, anything
And
else?
Stu's
for
too busy
email?
just googling if the American one was made now.
No, I know it was made because
Okay.
I watched it. I watched a bit of it and it was shit.
Yeah, all right.
Um,
But it was cancelled. Just let you know.
well, I'm not surprised the American one was. Apparently, nobody watched it.
No, they didn't release it.
No, I watched a bit of it. I actually watched
All right, we're
some
done.
of it.
We're moving
It's
on
fucking been
now.
released. I watched some of it.
Yeah, I know you watched it, but they didn't
Sorry,
release
listeners,
the rest.
I tried.
Oh, right. Okay. So they didn't release a whole
because
season even.
because it's about a virus being spread out across the world, and the
You
virus
should have
got
said that earlier.
broke out.
Chinny.
Fair enough. But yeah, I did watch some of the American one. So I have watched it. So I know they released it because I watched it.
Well, as long as you're right, Stu.
Well, I'm right about that. Even if you don't want to admit it, just say it.
You don't want to admit that you're wrong about the other
I'm
thing.
wrong. I say, look, I've agreed with you. It says it on that there should have been a season 3. I said to you, I watched it well after the fact. I didn't
God.
realise that the
Just
season 3 had been
move on.
announced.
It's really not worth
Say
it.
it. Oh.
Okay. Is there another email?
I
we've not
never
finished
heard
this
I
one.
never heard Stu say that I was right. By the way, I never.
Yeah, well, I
Here,
never heard you say I was
play
right.
He said it. You just didn't hear him. I'll play it for you. Here you go.
I have got to
I have to admit that Chinny.
I'm having a look now, and he is correct.
Yeah.
There
See,
you
there
go.
you go. He just
There
admitted
you
that you're
go.
correct. There you go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Okay, finish the
Uh,
email, please.
I've got one to start you off. One of my favorite shows of all time is Patriot. It's on Amazon. 2 seasons were made. A black comedy about a spy trying to get home to his family, having to deal with PTSD while carrying out your last-minute mission in Europe. I did say it was a black comedy. It's very Coen Brothers-esque. So there you go. I
Ooh,
don't
you had
wanna-
me at Cohen Brothers. Sorry.
I don't think I've ever heard of that, by the way. I don't think
Yeah,
I've
I
ever-
haven't heard of it either, but
Yep. So there you
might
go.
be worth a giggle. I don't know. Maybe someday. I can't promise nothing, but maybe.
There you go. Any of you got any Duke? Any TV shows?
You
that-
know, I not so The Critic was a great show that was created by 2 folks from The Simpsons, and I really liked it. It only ran for 2 seasons, maybe 6 episodes a season. It was like a proper British.
Oh, I saw that. I know what that is. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very much of a New York show. It didn't have the broad appeal that The Simpsons had, and I think they knew that. But it was really funny. It had the same energy as like seasons 2 through 4 of The Simpsons, because it was made around the same time. My favorite, in fact, one of my favorite jokes from TV ever is on that show. And so Jay, the main character played by John Lovitz, is a film critic, and he's falling in love with this woman, but she's, got a complicated life. So at one point he's in a cab and he's sort of looking out the window, kind of lost in thought. And he says to the driver, "Have you ever felt a longing so intense that you can't?" And the driver cuts him off by yelling, "Look at sign!" And the sign says, "Driver speaks only 3 words of English."
That's good.
That's funny.
That's good.
Wow. No.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, The Critic is a great show. It didn't become a hit, but it was pretty successful in its time. It just it was dwarfed by Simpsons. And then
I remember
later
seeing it
Futurama.
and not quite understanding what it was, but I was very young when it came
Yeah,
out. But
and it did a lot of film parodies because it was about a film critic. So it was always like, I don't remember the parodies that they did, but it was, a lot of stuff that was parodying like movies that were out at the time. And it did a lot of jokes. Like it had jokes about Operation Desert Storm. So those wouldn't really hold up as much these days and stuff. So
I feel like I could watch it,
was
now
a
and
product of
probably
its
be
time.
okay, but at the time I was so
You probably
young.
appreciate a lot more of its joke. Yeah,
I
exactly.
just wasn't getting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There
But
you
it doesn't
go.
he
Well,
feature?
anyway,
He features on
that's
The
one of mine.
Simpsons, doesn't he? You said that, didn't you?
He does. He comes. He comes to the he hosts the film festival.
Yep.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Cool.
Well,
Yep. there
thank
go.
you, Brian, or Tainted Brain,
Mm.
as he's otherwise known, for sending in that.
Starting an
email.
argument.
So no, it's fine. Okie dokie, we have got one off Jason.
Jason.
Profound metaphysical question.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
those. Go ahead.
How can a shark possibly get a stingray pregnant?
Do we know that that's a thing that can happen?
I don't know.
It sounds like an impossibility. I mean, not an impossibility, but
Sounds pretty impossible to me.
sounds very unlikely. But on the other hand, like, isn't a donkey or there's animals that crossbreed to produce other animals.
Species,
right?
though. You
That
can't
happens.
crossbreed species.
Yeah, exactly.
No, well, I don't think.
Well,
you
okay,
can.
go ahead. I mean, I have a feeling he's going to follow this up with some sort of
Sure.
reason why he's asking. Go ahead.
The reason he's asking is this. I figured Duke would know the answer as he is the resident sheep herder.
Well, the Duchess has goats, and no. Go on.
Hey, veterans of the occasional
Is that
Dingle
it?
Barrett. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
I played the demo for Rain World. I really like it a lot, up until the point when I began to be routed through different pipes randomly. Am I doing it wrong? I've no idea what game he's talking about. Have you heard of Rain World? Rain World?
Nope, don't know anything about no Rain World.
I'd like to purchase the game if that part isn't as a bigger problem as I'm making it out to be. Not
Hello,
sure
everybody.
why
My
I'm
name is
asking
Mark.
you, though, because you won't have a clue.
We
that
are
is
also not
totally
sure why
correct.
you're asking us.
That is totally correct.
I have heard of this
Um,
game, by the way.
Have you?
I think Madeline was playing this game. Last time I saw Madeline
Right.
about a month ago, I said, "Oh, are you still playing games?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "What do you like?" And she said, "Rain." I think she said Rain World. Yeah, I think she said this game. So
Right.
it's kind of like very similar to that sheep game that you were playing, but a little bit more traditional, another
Yeah, yeah.
world style, where you've got.
Right,
You're not
sure.
scrolling the screen. You've got single
Yeah.
framed, like
Right.
kind of Metroid, where you walk out the edge of the screen
Sure,
and
sure,
you
sure.
see another one.
Mhm.
A pixel art platformer.
Yeah.
You
In this game,
play-
it looks like you play as a ghost or like a ghost sperm.
It's, I'm not sure what that is. Something.
It's a ghost
The
sperm.
hell is that?
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. It's just like some sort of floppy thing.
Anyway, he continues. I tried more of Cyberjunk, the original game story. Honestly, if you compare the stealth gameplay to a good game, this one is a waste of time and money. That's
Okay.
why I refuse to give Chinny any cash for his TikTok GoFundMe, because Stu and Duke have been recommending absolute shit for years, and the veterans don't do refunds. Sorry, Chin, but you have to claim your co-host. Maybe you'll get a tax break. Hopefully, they'll redeem themselves with an actual decent game recommendation at some point.
Bazinga.
Wowzers, fucking hell.
I like it.
Doesn't hold
Damn,
back,
man,
doesn't
that's
hold back,
cold.
does he? Doesn't
Yeah, I
hold
like
back.
it. I like it.
Shouldn't.
Blimey.
It feels a little harsh.
now back to that pregnant stingray. What the fuck is
Okay.
that baby gonna look like? I don't know either, but sharks must have tiny wankers. I don't know. Maybe stingrays have big birthday holes. Only Duke knows. Look, Chinny, if you want some fucking good being horrible to people and insults, that's how you do it though,
No,
right?
no,
there.
it's got to make sense, doesn't it?
Maybe stingrays have big birthday holes. I don't know what that means. Only Duke
I mean,
knows.
yeah, I mean, I think we do know what it means.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek, take us out with a song. I forgot about the song. I
Jeez.
just say up until this point.
Yeah.
How about one dedicated to Pilch Reed? I heard he really likes burritos. Hey, veterans, play some good games. Oh, and get ready. The
You've got a
robot
clip of me.
the robot invasion is close at hand. Please don't allow them into your bedroom because you'll all want one weird baby made. Jason.
Okay. Here's the thing. I found out what he's talking about. I was able to do the research to
He's done some
decipher.
research.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is from Smithsonian Magazine. No questioning about the reliability of that source. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a very well respected science magazine in the U.S. And the headline is: a female stingray that hasn't had a mate in 8 years is mysteriously pregnant. Is a shark the father? So, in a nutshell, the rust-colored stingray named Charlotte is living in an aquarium in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Although Charlotte had not shared a tank with a male stingray in years, she has inhabited the same space as two male white-spotted bamboo sharks named Larry and Mo since July 2023. Raymer, this person who studies stingrays, recently noticed bite marks on Charlotte, a sign of shark mating. So it's possible that either Charlotte reproduced asexually or she was impregnated by one of the sharks in her tank. Either option would be a scientific first. However, other experts have thrown cold water on the shark theory, and they get into some of the details there. So who knows?
Yeah, that does
They
sound a bit
throw
weird.
cold water on the. That's funny.
I get it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I
I feel like that's just how young people respond to something because they're not
So
they're-
over everything.
No, I don't think it's they're over everything. I think it's because they're too, or they think they're too trendy to laugh or let go of something.
Yeah.
They're holding
yeah,
on
yeah.
to integrity, what they think
yeah.
is integrity,
well.
and they're holding on to because
Their
the
coolness.
biggest thing when you're at high school for is just for people to like you, right? Like it's
Yeah,
like
sure, right.
currency.
Right. And especially if you laugh at a teacher, like that's
Yeah.
no, never
Yeah.
do that.
It's like
Oh, God,
currency.
no,
Make you
it's
feel
like
so
it's like
pathetic.
currency.
totally
It's like
uncool.
if you
Right.
if you are
Yeah.
popular, you can get away with a lot more. If you're
And if you're not popular, you got to do whatever you can to
you got to
become
do
a
whatever
little
you
more
can.
popular.
This is why
And
kids.
if that means hating all over an awesome person putting on a performance for you,
yeah.
I'm,
So
I'm
I
not
don't
hurt by it. Though.
I don't think
No, you're
it's,
not.
I don't think it's them sort of going, wow, they're dead inside. I think it's just because they're exposed to
Oh, I
so
know.
much
I don't
that
mean they're dead inside.
that they're like, you know what, you gotta
Well, that's
you need to be
right.
shocking. You need to say
Well,
you-
that's the thing
you
is
know.
too is right. Like they're also surrounded by all these different enrichment opportunities. A lot of teachers giving them a lot of interesting things to think about, and so yeah, what I'm doing wasn't as special now as it used to be. So, whatever.
That's right.
Anyway, enough
Right.
about that. Other
Derek.
emails.
No, we've got Derek though. I have sent a speak pipe over your way.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
fucking- Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
I also got a response to my complaint about clam chowder at a local restaurant. So that's that. Maybe I'll tell that story next week.
By the way, it's not Derek. Can I just say it's not Derek?
Saint Diesel, how dare you?
Saint Diesel.
Come on. Yeah. All right, so here we go, Saint Diesel.
Hey, veteran gamers, St. Diesel back again.
Hey.
This week I wanted to talk about an event that happens only once every 4 years. I'm not talking about the World Cup, not talking about the Olympics, not even talking about the time that elapses between Stu playing good video games.
Oh.
What the fuck is going on?
February.
Oh snap! Shots fired, baby.
Wow,
I love
what
it. I
the
love it.
fuck is
I love
happening?
it.
Damn.
People are finally.
This is the Attack Stew episode.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep
Wow.
going with this speak pipe.
Yeah.
That's happening next week, and I've got a little fantasy scenario for you. So here it is.
Talk about leap years.
29th of February this year has been designated World Entertainment Day, but you have to spend 24 hours indulging in one of the following forms of entertainment.
Oh, sweet. If it's video games, specifically Skyrim, I am set.
It won't affect your sleep patterns, it won't affect your job, won't affect your social life, won't affect your finances. So here goes. Option 1, you can spend 24 hours reading. Could be a book,
Yeah.
magazine, newspaper, whatever's to hand.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could spend 24 hours listening to stuff. It could be music, it could be a podcast, it could be an audiobook,
Or it could be Duke's hilarious jokes. I got 24 hours of those.
could be vinyl, could be CDs. Or you can spend 24 hours watching stuff. Could be Blu-rays, could be DVDs, could be TV channel, could be a streaming
TikToks.
service like Netflix or Amazon Prime. And final option, you could spend 24 hours playing. You could be playing video games, you could be playing board games, you could be playing games in the park with kids, any sort of playing. So it's reading, listening, watching, or playing. What would you choose?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. We'd all choose video games, right?
Actually, I'll be honest with you. I
Uh-oh.
think I'd choose playing, but I wouldn't necessarily play video games for 24 hours. I think I'd play a variety
mix
of
it up.
different. Yeah, mix it up a bit. Because that's the best one to mix it up a bit, isn't it? Because otherwise, listening's listening, reading's
Yeah.
reading, and obviously watching's watching, whether it be a film or TV show. So I kind of like the fact that playing can be any type of play. So yeah, I'd play
Fair enough.
video games, board games, cards.
Is
You know,
sleeping counts as
No, sleeping doesn't count.
Playing sleep. No.
Yeah. Let's all play sleep.
We could
Yeah.
definitely play Balatro for 24 hours
Ooh,
straight,
yeah,
I reckon.
now we're talking.
No problemos.
No problemo.
No problemos. But yeah. So there you go. That's what I'd pick anyway. What about you? Do Duke video games for you then?
Yeah, as in video games, absolutely.
And video games in Chinny?
Yeah, I'll go video games. Yeah, yeah. Because you can swap it up with video games, you know, like
Yeah, there's lots,
I
so many different
guess.
kinds of video games.
I did think about watching, by the way.
We're
because obviously
playing my guitar.
Yeah, playing your guitar. That's what I mean. Playing can be any number of things.
Playing
whereas-
snooker.
Yeah, playing snooker,
there you
you
go.
see.
Yeah.
So you can still get yourself out of the house.
So I
you
could
know what
play
mean?
snooker for like 6 hours and then
Yeah,
play video games for like
yeah.
another 6 hours.
And then play a bit of Ludo,
Yeah.
Twister.
Ludo. Fuck that. Yeah. No, I'll go playing. Yeah.
Naked Twister. No.
Yeah.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I think it's time to do some shout
Do we
outs.
have just making sure we don't have anything on the Discord, Chinny? You sometimes wanted people to.
I did do a
remind
little.
you about Discord?
Hey, does anybody want to say anything on the show? And no one has replied.
No.
But I
Well, if
only
people
did.
really want to say something on the show, they can send a speak pipe.
I only did
That's,
that
yeah,
like an hour ago.
available to
So
everybody.
yeah. But
Yeah.
Okay.
now get on
Well,
our
then
Discord.
we'll say
Questions
no.
for the show.
Yeah.
Get on there.
Holler at us.
But
There's so many easy ways to be a part of this
But
community.
there have
people.
been people talking on the Discord. So Ian Williams must be listening to the show because he said Stu's got to be thinking about Burnout Paradise. Can anybody fancy online multiplayer sometime? That's a
Do you know what? I'd probably be up for that, even though I'm shit at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just,
Well, it's so much more fun with other people, of course.
yeah.
Other people laughing at you.
Yeah, probably. Right, okie dokie. Let's do some shout outs. Get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
I'm going to shout out Tainted Brain, I think, for causing a rift between me and Mike Chin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
There you
yeah.
go.
Thanks for that.
Thanks a lot,
Cheers.
Tainted Brain.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're never going to
God,
talk
I hate
again.
you.
We're going to talk
Nope, that's it, we're
through
done.
through Duke.
Fucking done.
We're only going to talk to
There
each
you
other
go.
through Duke. Duke, can you tell Stu that?
So Stu says, Stu Chinny says that you're only going to talk through me from now
Yeah.
on.
Exactly.
Could you please ask Lisa to pass the syrup? Tell Dad I'll only pass the syrup if you won't be using them on any meat products. You dunking your sausages in that syrup, homeboy?
Yep. Okay. Simpson.
Yep. All right. Anything else? We done? No, Stu, go ahead. Do your shout outs.
I've done it. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, okay. Chinny, do your shout outs.
Shout out to God
God.
for making me an atheist. Ricky Gervais joke. Who messaged me? Someone messaged me. Who messaged me? Hang on. Hold on. Yes. Matt Nation.
Wow.
Matt Nation messaged me. And he says,
Good old Matt Nation.
Chinny, I paid my Patreon, then I stopped. Am I still eligible for a T-shirt? And I said, Matt, no. Fuck off.
We hate you.
I've said, of course you are. So Matt's got in touch, and he's claimed his T-shirt because he missed it when I was offering it. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, I still haven't done most of them, but I have made progress because if behind me there, can you see that? Can you see that there? Can you see that that black shape
what
there?
are we seeing? Oh yeah, sure.
That is
Yeah,
a
we
hoodie
see it.
printed,
Oh,
ready to be
sweet.
shipped. I don't know who to, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
don't,
getting
no
there.
idea.
I just have to find like little pockets of time between Balatro and Baby or Balatro, Baby.
You're gonna say little pockets to sew onto the thing.
Yeah. So yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt Nation, I guess.
Yeah.
There you
Shout
go.
out. I will shout out Antonio because we played some Rocket League a while ago, and I'm still happy about that. I will shout out Tainted Brain because he's fun on Threads and Twitter, although I don't go on Twitter much these days. And I posted on Threads that I was having a frustrating day after the whole thing, and Tainted Brain was like, "Oh, yeah, showing me love," and Chopper Kelly also showed love after the frustrating Friday that I had. So yeah, shout out to whoever made the Crisis Lo-Fi Simpsons video, because I went looking for the Crisis-tunity clip, and yeah, so yeah, I found that one, and yeah,
Cool.
it's a good Lo-Fi Simpsons. You know those weird.
Yeah,
videos
yeah.
where they
There's loads of lo-fi
take
Simpsons things.
Yeah.
By the way,
this is a very
by the
good
way, I've just thought of a TV show that I really liked, and
Ooh.
I don't think a lot of people watched, and it got
Go
cancelled.
on.
Are you sure it got cancelled, Stu?
Yeah, it definitely got cancelled. But they did do like kind of an ending, but left it open so they could do another one if it ever got green lit, because they knew it was being cancelled. Which is Hannibal.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought Mads Mikkelsen was fucking brilliant as Hannibal Lecter in it.
I know people liked it. Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant because he just, I thought he was better than Anthony Hopkins, if I'm being totally honest.
Okay, now that's
No,
a bit
only
too
because,
much.
right, and I'll be because it was kind of before he gets captured. He has a freaking Rolodex, all handwritten in scrolly writing with all these recipes for humans.
Lovely.
Yeah, we
And
see
it's-
something like that in Red Dragon. That's not special.
Yeah, but that, I don't know. I'm just telling you, and he was just so well done. He was brilliant
Yes.
as him. He was brilliant as Hannibal
Sure.
Lecter, and the actual show itself was excellent. And he just got to Silence of the Lambs, and they cancelled it. So
Well,
there
just
you go.
watch Silence of the Lambs. You know, you
I
find it.
I know. Still a great film. Still a great
Yes, it
movie. But
is.
yeah, that was a great series. And Mindhunter's the other one I thought of as well in the meantime.
That's about the.
You know, it's funny.
serial
I
killers,
tried
isn't it?
watching Mindhunters twice. I rented it on VHS once upon a time. Oh no, you're thinking of the TV show. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
David
thinking
Fincher
of
TV show.
Manhunter. Manhunter was the first movie
No.
they ever made about.
Oh, that was really
Hannibal
good.
Lecter.
That was a
It
really good
wasn't.
movie.
I tried watching it twice. I rented it on VHS. The tape got eaten by my VCR, and then
Nice.
many years later, I was like, "All right, I'm finally gonna watch it." When I got to Wisconsin, I rented the DVD, and the DVD had a scratch in it or something, and I couldn't watch. I was like, "God damn, the universe does not want me to see this movie."
That's the way
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I never saw it.
Mindhunter, not
Mindhunter is a good show. Yeah, no,
It
it's
is, and
David
that
Fincher.
got cancelled way before it
Is
should
that
have.
about a
done.
serial killer
Yes,
as
it
well?
did.
Is it Mindhunter?
Yeah. It's
Although-
a true story about them creating the part of the FBI to go looking for serial killers.
Ah.
Yeah, by the way, though, there was one particular part that I was a bit like, "What the fuck?"
Was it
So
when
in
they
the
read
fight-
Cat food
was
on
it
the
when they
windowsill.
read out an email by
So-
Jason Gallagher?
So this show's set in the 60s, I think. Is it 60s,
Something like
70s,
that.
60s?
Back in the day, certainly.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
And
Yes.
there's a bit in the last season where he goes to a protest and he has to build a cross out of wood, and he has a cordless drill. And I was like, I don't think they had those
Wow.
in the 60s. Don't think they had a cordless drill. And I
Unwatchable.
remember watching it, and there was no wire on it. I'm like, why is no wire on his drill? I don't think they had them back in the day. But so there you go, which was just a bit of a weird quirk. And I was like, don't think so. So there you go. And he was screwing it together. I'm like, nobody screwed things together with drills in the 60s.
No.
It just didn't happen.
They did it with their hands.
They did it with hands and a screwdriver. What does matter with you? Yeah, so it was like a flat pack cross. So there you go. But yeah, it was a great series, by the way. So yeah, that's definitely worth a watch. Although it doesn't finish well because it finishes ready for the next season. That never happened.
Perfect.
Yeah. So there you go. Is that it? Are we done?
That's it. I think we're done. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Whoops. Whoops.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Won't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, burning up, smoking some weed. Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you?
Go.
Great show, guys.
Great
Really well
show.
done. Sticking to
Yeah.
the script there, Stu, because this is all scripted. About
Made
the,
everybody
Totally,
think we were all
totally.
mad.
yeah.
Totally mad.
G-
Totally
and
mad.
are we
What's
meeting?
that weird cat?
So tomorrow we're meeting in the writers' room for next week's show. We're
Yeah, we
gonna
are.
hash that
Yeah, we are.
together. Yeah, yep,
We
great.
got to figure out our play my game bitch for next
We've
time.
even
Oh,
got, I
yeah.
mean, all those emails that we pretend to write from different people. I think we do a really good job.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think
I want to be
we do.
Jason Gallagher next week.
Yeah.
Are you
okay.
going to be Jason's email next
Yeah,
week?
I'll be
I like
Less
that.
shit this
Yeah.
time, please, do, because you always
Yes,
do that.
can you? Yeah.
I don't know. Shit.
I
a lot of
think
people are
you've got to be
expecting this
careful
shit.
with the weird because
That
people aren't going to
character.
believe it's him if you go too weird.
So what's that?
I
Play my
don't
game,
know.
bitch. Then.
Yeah. I've got it. No,
don't know
no, the
what's
play my
out.
game bitch. I think it's a natural one for this week.
Go on.
Bluey the video game. It's Bluey. You know, everyone's going on about Bluey.
Should we play
Uh,
Bluey?
Bluey the video game. I think we should play it.
Should we
See
try
what's
it?
happening.
Yeah, maybe if Rosa could try it.
Maybe Rosie wants to play it.
She hasn't seen Bluey yet.
No, so we've got Bluey the video game. I think we should do it.
Bluey. I mean,
Okay.
what are we gonna say? Like, yeah, it's good for kids.
It's
I
for
suppose.
kids.
Well, I
It's
don't
boring.
know. Maybe it won't be good for kids. That's what we've got to decide,
Well,
isn't
it's
it?
like, oh yeah, I really hate the scene where he's devil worshipping.
Yeah.
Like, why is he doing that?
And now, just to be fair, I have looked on Steam just to see what people on Steam are saying about this game, just to see in advance.
Yes. Yeah.
And there are people like, I'm a grown adult trying to 100% this game. So, you know,
Yeah, but
It
people
might be
are,
Yeah, but that's
everyone.
true about anything. That's probably true about Viva Pinata.
people are mad.
Yeah. Hey, Viva
Barbie
Pinata
game.
was a good game. Wash your mouth out.
What's your fucking like?
yeah.
So there you go. No, I really should play it just to see. Let's just see if this is a game that kids should play.
Okay. Well, hearing no other viable alternative.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Let's see if something else comes out in the next 3 days, and if not, we'll do Bluey.
Bluey.
Let's do Bluey.
Video game.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna
Right.
go edit the show and post it. Have a good week, everybody.
I'm gonna go to bed, so have a great
Yeah.
week, everybody. And Chinny,
Sure.
I will speak to you next week. And Duke. Yeah.
Yeah. Chinny Stu just said he's gonna see you next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
no,
see you
yeah.
next
Tell him I'll be there.
Chinny says he doesn't like you, Stu, and you smell bad.
Fine. Bye all.
Yeah.
See ya.
Chinny Stu said that you suck ass and your neck
you
got 17 folds in
Yeah.
it.
And I'm
Fuck
gonna
you.
I'm gonna shit
Dude,
down your
keep
neck
making
and
it more
then
and more violent. Yeah.
shit on your head as well. And then shit on Tara's head
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
shit
Now
on-
you're bringing Tara into
Oh,
this.
right.
I'm gonna,
Don't bring your wives into it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna shit
snap.
on Rose's head. I'm gonna shit on
Jesus
everybody's
Oh, damn.
Kids.
and your dad and mum's head. I'm literally
What's AI companion on
Oh,
Zoom?
no, Jesus Christ.
I'm literally gonna shit on everybody.
All right.
Use
There you
AI
go.
companion to ask questions, catch up on meetings, and more. What a stupid fucking shitty thing to have.
Do you know,
Every
even-
company's like, we got AI now.
Yeah, can I
Ooh.
just say, even Podbean, when I publish a show, it's like, would you like AI to tidy up
Oh,
your
for
show for you?
fuck's
Get rid of
sake.
any popping
No.
noises, etc. I'm like, no,
Stop
it's
trying to
fine.
get robots
It's
to do
absolutely
things.
fine.
Dude
No, yes.
takes care of all of that.
Yes, you should do that. It will
Yeah,
save
yeah,
time.
It's like, would you? No, so you should say no, but could AI make our show funny? Because that would really help, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Rightio.
All right.
See
See ya.
Everybody gone. Everybody's gone. It's just me. Don't know what to do.